Okay, hello everybody who might be watching currently, even though for some reason this isn't. Oh, okay, hold on. I need to actually get the proper workspace set up. That's why it's not showing up. Give me a sec. Needs to load up, and then once that's happening, we're actually going to be doing some recording this morning because I didn't have time yesterday. Normally I do recording outside of body doubling because I don't really need to, but well, I mean, that's not something that I usually have issue with doing, but if the work gets done, the work gets done. So we did 229 and 230. Yep. Now this time we need to do what I'm doing is we'll duplicate this timeline. Well, we need to get ready. We're getting the workspace ready so that I can record properly. This is a copy, and it'll be 231. Then we'll make the bin 231. That's the episode that we're doing. Then we paste it in here. Oh no, we don't paste it. We get the 231 and put it in here. Then after we do that, we oh, hang on, forgot to shrink the window. There we go. How's it going in the land of Kiwis? It's all right. It's funny. Thank you for calling them Kiwis. Well, I mean, okay, you're you're one rank lower than the correct pronunciation. That yeah, we don't say Kiwi. Kiwi is plural, so like it's like a Pokemon. But yeah. But thank you for not calling them Kiwi birds. That one really miffs every New Zealand. There we go. That's better. It miffs every New Zealander if you say Kiwi birds. The kiwi is the bird and the kiwi fruit is the fruit. It's weird how it's the opposite from how it is in America. All right. So like I said, today's mainly going to be recording and sound editing, but we'll also see if we can get some XCOM in there as well, because much as I try to fight it, XCOM is very much like one of the ultimate streaming games because you can name the characters and they can do really, really silly things. But let's go. And also, I've never finished it too, so doubles. Okay, so there's 2 episodes here, so we want to just have one. We want to have one episode beforehand, just so that we always remember how what the setup is like. So. Yeah, delete all that. Don't worry, it's because we've got the timeline copied in another area. Then we grab this. Then you'll see how I record, which is, I think, even more boring than watching me edit. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay. Yep. Bring that over. Yep. That's episode 2. No. Dang it. Sorry. For some reason, I forgot to switch over to the correct one, which does happen sometimes, but yeah, it's annoying when it does. Okay, there we go. Okay, I need to actually switch over to 231. See, now up there it says 231. So then we just grab this, make it so that only the latest episode is there. So that way I can use it better. Cool. Yep. Nearly all birds are plural and singular. Well, if you have a Maori name or a name that's clearly of Maori origin, there's it's nearly always plural is singular because they don't really have pluralized words. So yeah, same with Maori too. It's not the Maoris, it's the Maori people. But yeah, and that's how you pronounce it too. The only thing that makes people more annoyed than calling it a kiwi bird is calling the native people Maori. Maori is acceptable if cringeworthy, but Maori is the correct one. It's meant to be was it? It's like Maori is kind of like the closest equivalent, but yeah, if you want to be super super accurate, you have to wait a second.
Existentialism.
If you want to be super accurate, you give the R a single roll, like Japanese people. So yeah, like Maori. Yeah. Ah. Dream where Seinfeld was in the back rooms. I must resist her. What is the deal with these rooms? Why are they... No, because the thing that was, Seinfeld didn't really say what is the deal, but at the same time he did often just kind of like complain about, well, just sort of wonder about things all the time, so I can understand how it became sort of a thing. Alright, so that's all set up. This is the alright, here's where we're going to record. We start there. Then we go into the recording section called Fairlight. It's not a full-on DAW, but you don't really need a full DAW unless you're doing don't need a full DAW unless you're doing song recording. So what we'll do is we set this up. We'll do a quick test. We'll bring it in closer. Make sure that it's oh, you got to make sure it's patched. That's the most important part. So go to that one, then that one, and then cool. Wait a second, that's not right. It shouldn't be audios 1 and 2. There should just be, should just patch the first one. Hang on, unpatch please. Yep, just the first one. There we go. Let's prime it, see if it's working. Yep, we got some repeating, which is annoying. I'll mute it so that that doesn't happen. And I'll turn up the monitor on my end so that I can hear what I'm saying without it overlapping. Then a quick test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep, looks like it's working. Double check. Oh, hang on. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's working. Cool. So now it looks like we're fully ready. Okay. Hey, Vern, you're just in time to watch me humiliate myself in live internet. But mind you, what else is new under the sun? All right. Okay. Gonna start recording this episode. I'm gonna bring up the script, and I'll I'll see if I can get it up at the same place. Oh, I'm not two things. One, I am not currently editing the Chronicles episode 3. I am currently recording Journey episode 231. Episode 231. Okay. That's annoying. There we go. Then I also need to bring the chat in because I think the chat... There it is. Is this it? No, that's Affinity. It's a video source. No. I guess I'll just have to use the window capture and just do the properties. There's got to be an easier way to do this. There's the properties. Is this it? Why is it not working? Why? Okay, the media source is there. The window capture is there. We want... let's just do a new one. Okay. Window capture. There it is. Select the window. Yes, there it is. Black. No, but it's in front of me. Get out of my way. All right. Get thee behind me, Satan. Where's me? How can it be? How can it be? It should be below me. Okay. Oh, there it is. Capture 5. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to put on music, but that makes sense because there we go. Okay. Perfect. Put that there. Might just, for tidiness' sake, put that there. Cool. Okay. Okay, now that we've really started, it's time for recording. Here we go. Close the window. Sweet box. Now let's also get a new window, which will be, there it is. I don't think there's anything that's yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing that's incriminating or can get me there, but I'll just bring it down just to be safe. Okay, put that over there. And then that's basically what I'm doing anyway. Cool. Yep, I posted on Blue Sky. It should have. Yep. But yeah. All right. So there we go. I might just shrink it a little. I can't really shrink it that much. That's fine. All right. So go over there. That over there. I can see the levels, so I can see if I go over the red. I've hit some water. All right, let's begin. Okay, we've done the testing. All right. Recording start. There. It's now currently recording, so we'll go for it. Okay. Highlights. You know, I could just use the word highlights all the time. I could just repeat the word highlight. I repeat one of the recordings of highlights, but for some reason I like to do it every time. Okay. Highlights. Highlights. All right, after that frankly disappointing tangent into the rustling of Jimmy, let's return to the twerps we know and love. Oh, and also Ash and the gang. Let's return to the twerps we know and love. Oh, and also Ash and the gang. Yay, Team Rocket is back and goofier than ever. Oh, I missed you guys. This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. Oh, dang it, I don't have a note-checking sound. Oh, I see a book right here. I'll use this. Okay. This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. Ah, it came out a few months later. This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. Oh, it came out a few months later. A possible foreshadowing of the popularity of Ice Shield 21. A possible foreshadowing of the popularity of Ice Shield 21? But of course the usual... But of course the usual happens with the delicious twist of us actually following the rocket... But of course the usual happens with the delicious twist of us actually following the rockets post-blast-off. With the delicious twist... but of course the usual happens with the delicious twist of us actually following the rockets post-blast-off. Post-blast-off is a hard word. Okay. Geez, how did it take us over 200 eps for that to happen? Geez, how did it take us over 200 episodes for that to happen? A grenade with a long time... It's hard to distinguish Meowth from Ash sometimes. A grenade with a long timer in the shape of an object made to be passed. Not one of our better ideas. Not one of our better ideas. Also, what was the end game here? If we succeeded, the twerps would be the ones getting blasted off, and it's quite challenging to steal from a flying child. But after attempting and of course failing a soft landing, the rockets then attempt to actually take stock of the situation. Wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise and makes good use of Team Rocket. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits. Wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise and makes good use of Team Rocket. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those curtains. Sorry. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits. Oh, I think I actually peeked there a little bit. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits. Oh, dang it. For some reason, I'm having a bit of trouble with peeking. Here we go. I might pull back a little. There we go. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits. That's better. But yes, the Rockets aren't doing well. So, as with any organization, they use their resources in service of finding someone else to blame. I joke, but it's really nice. To actually see them. Really nice to really. That doesn't work. Okay. I joke, but it's really nice to actually see them. Okay. Yeah. I joke, but it's really nice to actually see them assess the issue with some fantastic storyboarding and fun poses. Yuji Asada and Masaki Iwane, you thought you could slip under the radar. Yuji Asada and Misaki Iwane, you thought you could... Misaki, sorry. Yuji Asada and Masaki Iwane, you thought you could slip under the radar. No one does broad, appealing poses like you two. Pardon me. No one does broad, appealing poses like you two. But now that we've established the amazing potential of this story, where are they going to go with it? Well, first of all, they actually achieve the breakthrough that way more trainers in the games really need to twig onto. Sorry. First of all, they actually achieve the breakthrough that way more trainers in the games really need to twig onto. With James doing some wonderful delivery in the process. With James doing some wonderful line delivery in the process. I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party at all... okay. I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party all themed around a single type? Okay. I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party all themed around a single type? What are we, youngsters? Technically, we have 12 slots. But yep, they brawl it out and get nowhere, so I guess you could say it's a pretty accurate... They beat me to it. Honestly, with what I hear about some of the European countries, I don't think this method is exclusive to the US system at all. Then they actually mention the logistics in Team Rocket for a glorious but fleeting moment. But unfortunately don't go further with it. Come on, I know that kids don't normally go for org charts and requisition forms, but if anyone can make it fun, it'd be Team Rocket. Make it like a labyrinth of bureaucracy with evil sight gags. So much potential, I swear. Ah, well, I guess we still have a laser cage Delibird. Hold on. Oh, well, I guess we still have laser cage Delibird. Hold on. So while I will still lament not seeing how the rocket sausage is made, maybe phrase that differently. Maybe phrase that differently in the final script. Hold on a second. I'm going to. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe phrase that differently in the final script. Okay. Then. Well, wait. Sorry. That's right. I just need the sound, so I can just do. I can just put gibberish. Okay. Maybe phrase that differently in the final script. So they'll capture the sound, so that way I don't have to get I don't have to get bespoke typing. Hey Evan, I'm just recording. I will admit this setup. Pardon me. I will admit this setup intrigues me. Look at this darling Pokemon just waiting to be captured. It's also really powerful, especially. Damn it! Sorry, something got a bit of extra sound got in the booth for a second. Okay. Look at this darling Pokemon just waiting to be captured. It's also really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you. I see no bit of peeking there. I see no red flags whatsoever. Darn it, I'm peeking pretty bad. Okay. I see no red flags whatsoever. James, this is clearly a scam. No, that's not great. James, this is clearly a scam. Silly, how can it be a scam when they're losing money on the deal? Silly, how can it be a scam when they're losing money on the deal? You can take the boy out of privilege, but you can't take privilege out of the boy, I guess. But yep, they of course fall for this Squid Game recruitment / jigsaw trap / kaiju game, and oh wow, a rare case of Jesse getting nommed. I thought victory... Oh wow, a rare case of... Oh wow, a rare case of Jesse getting nommed. I thought Victory Bell just preferred rich food. And then, well, that one I've already got a sound effect. And after the show, make ice... So, hold on a second. I think I wrote that wrong there. And after the show, make ice type look... makes, okay. And after the show makes ice type look extremely OP when I don't know... And after the show makes ice type... and after the episode makes ice type look extremely OP when, I don't know, maybe it would have been better to hype up the new types, but at least it's a Gen 2 Mon. Delibird is finally defeated with the most overpowered move in the TV show. The ability to call counter after your opponent has attacked. The ability to call counter after your opponent has attacked. But it turns out the unbelievably obvious catch was indeed an unbelievably obvious catch, and it was actually a Team Rocket recruitment kiosk. Team Rocket recruitment kiosk. Wow, I guess we actually do get somewhat of a look into rocket logistics, even if it's to a slightly lesser extent than I wanted. I can roll with it though, especially when we finally get the reason they wear okay. I can roll with it though, especially when we finally get the reason they wear white uniforms. Especially when we finally get the reason they wear... Especially when we get the... Okay. Especially when we finally get the reason they wear white uniforms. Boo! Boo, I say! I don't know if the giggle works here. Okay. Boo! Boo, I say! Of all the reasons we... Of all of the possible reasons, we get a lame Psyduck of we designed it ourselves. Of all the possible reasons, we get a lame Psyduck we designed it ourselves. I guess it does match Jesse's arrogance and James' refined nature, but I guess I don't... But I guess I was hoping for... But I guess I was hoping for them to say that they never graduated out of their training uniforms, or that Giovanni commissioned it for them specifically, with no further explanation. I will say I do love the idea that the Rockets would barely pass for members of the team, as it further provides evidence for my headcanon that Giovanni hired Jesse through an obligation to his mother, James... Don't know, hold on. I do this joke later on. Maybe I should just ignore this one for now. I'll do it. I'll record it just in case. Let's see. I will say I do love the idea that the Rockets would barely pass for members of the team, as it further provides evidence for my headcanon that Giovanni hired Jesse through an obligation to his mother, James, for an easy ransom if they were strapped for cash, and Meowth as a collector's item, and he just lumped them together for easier management. But yeah, Brutella's long lost cousin, who took a slightly different approach to crime, is all... Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse in a Oh, this is wonderful. To a squeaky teen there. Oh, this is wonderful. Not only do Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse in a stylish new... Don't know. Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful. Why am I cracking so much? Okay. Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse in a stylish new do, I honestly think she should try out more often, but it's also a fantastic premise. What do you do when your central identity is taken from you? I also love that Giovanni apparently hates Meowth enough to set up a custom flash animation to play when his number is punched into the system. Plus some more juicy logistics talk as a treat. Wait, isn't a pension a kind of retirement fund? Oh, geez, a crime organization ripping off its own members with hidden redundant fees? It's commitment to the bit, I'll give it that. It's commitment to the bit, I'll give it that. So our Rockets decide to re-register, and we meet the most evil member of Team Rocket yet. So our Rockets decide to re-register, and then we meet the most evil member of Team Rocket yet. I'm not... I'm not saying human resources are inherently bad. I'm just saying 99.9% of the time they exist solely to protect the company rather than the individuals. So unions usually do a much better job of protecting workers' rights, and I'm guessing Team Rocket doesn't have a workers' union. Although it'd be hilarious and inspired if they actually did. But then Wendy's all... I don't know if I should do like a Wilhelm scream there or not. I'll just do one just in case. No, no, but my mom's going to kill me. No, but my mother's going to kill me. Jesse Lore. Jesse Lore! Jesse Lore! Everyone, this is not a drill. Forevermore, I will implore to know the score on Jesse Lore. Let's go! Not too much on the surface, but remember that the Team Rocket Academy won't actually show up until Hoenn, so technically this is its first appearance, which is pretty awesome. I also love the fact that they put a petty, grudge-holding brat in charge of HR. That's good characterization. I also love that they put a petty, grudge-holding brat in charge of HR. That's good characterization humor. So then Wendy's like, wow, that was what, 9 zeros? Adjusting for yen and inflation, that's around 7 to 8... Adjusting for yen and inflation, that's around $7 to $8 million today. Mind you, when we consider that they wrecked Pokemon Land, the Viridian Gym, and like 25 giant mechs, it actually seems surprisingly lenient. Speaking of... Come on, come on, boss, you know that we've... Should I just do a regular voice? Maybe a bit higher. Come on, boss, you know we've been hemorrhaging funds, especially that Raikou... Sorry. Come on, boss, you know we've been hemorrhaging funds, especially since that Raikou boondoggle, so even if we need more staff, what exactly... So even if we do need more staff, what exactly do the... Let's see. What exactly do they do? Did you even see the flying baseball stadium? Yes, I saw the flying baseball stadium. Look, I get it, but Jessie is the daughter of my mother's favorite. James is an easy ransom if it gets really bad, and Meowth is funny. But if they continue to renege on their debts... I actually said depths, that's weird. But if they continue to renege on their debts... I can finally switch from managing human resources... I can finally switch from managing human resources into making humans resources? Don't know. I can finally switch from managing human resources into making humans resources? Into making humans resources? Yes, quite. What were you saying about Yes, quite. What was that you were saying about a fast food chain, Wendy? Yes, quite. What were you saying about a fast food chain, Wendy? But even with the go-ahead given, the Rockets still need to pass one final exam, and you'll never guess what it is, or what the odds of it are. They're also unbeatable with a super high-tech weapon. Remember when we tried to kill him with a giant flamethrower in the shape of a grasshopper? No dice. Oh, you're the reason for the do not attempt to kill children on live TV warning in the 4th edition of the Rocket Handbook. It did seem somewhat legally specific. Boy, what an amazing adventure that was. Always wondered what the GS ball was for. I know, that kind of well-structured peril only comes around once every few seasons of the year. And your dad was such a good sport, Ash. I know, right? Oh, hi, Team Rocket. And now we need to prove our worth, or we'll graduate to the other meaning of expired. Man, I'd do a gag here, but I just feel bad that they didn't go with Team Jet's a bunch of snobs and Team Sharks full up, you know, because Team Jet is a bunch of snobs and Team Sharks full up, you know, as a West Side Story reference. But I get they wanted to go with the aerial transport motif. Even then they should have got... Mind you, even then they should have gone with Team Concorde isn't sustainable and Team Boeing keeps falling apart. But it's too early for that as well. But still, fun to see a time before other teams were known about. Nowadays it would have been... But still, it's fun to see a time before other teams were known about. Nowadays it would have been... Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of snob... Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of... Team Flare are is a weird, hard thing to say. Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of snobs. And then James, of course, does the best line of the episode. And then they fight with Delibird to some fun gags. Okay, but don't look at it too close. We have bad experiences with flashing lights. Wow, I think that's the first time Ash has called the Pokédex Dexter since early Indigo. What a weird callback. Not to mention we also see the Rockets actually exploit the twerp's recorded weakness to carpet bombing. Last seen to be actually effective in the Squirtle Squad and Pallet Party Panic. Mind you, I think most people aren't exactly fans of being carpet bombed, and I guess Delibird must have gifted Pikachu a Thunderstone because I do like that they clearly set it up to look like an evolution, even though there's no way in the distortion world that would actually happen. And nope, it's actually an accurate portrayal of how the move present... I don't know. Nope, it's actually an accurate portrayal of how the move present works in-game. And now Pikachu's fighting fit. Really fit. Dang, that's one of the most gorgeous... thunders I've seen in a while. Even the recruiter is impressed. Making potential employees jump through hoops even though they were already desperate. It's too close to home nowadays. But what's Giovanni up to? Didn't we just say we were going to keep them on anyway? As my mother once told me, we have to fill a half hour. Maybe one more. As my mother once told me, we have to fill a half hour. Okay. Thoughts? That was... Shoot, I know I've only felt... I don't know. This episode was... Shoot, I know I've felt this before, but recently it's been so absent I can only barely remember the word. Fun? That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that... That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so... That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that much fun. Okay. That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so freaking long. The animation was kinetic and full of appeal, the premise was breezy, but the stakes were still adequate. And hilarious in Wendy's case. The jokes were fun in both the kids and parents demographics, and it gave world-building simps like me something to chew on without it taking over the narrative. See, this is what people, including myself, tend to forget about Shudo. He can actually be pretty darn funny. It seems odd, but writers who focus on character-based narratives are usually able to understand how said character dynamics can create hilarious scenarios. That kind of went weird. Hold on. Okay. It seems odd, but writers who focus on character-based narratives are usually also able to understand how said character dynamics can create hilarious scenarios. Look at Noah Baumbach. The guy wrote Marriage Story. The guy wrote Marriage Story, but people forget he also did Barbie, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and freaking Madagascar 3. I love when Shudo hits it out of the park with a Go West or a Joy of Water Pokemon, but his dramatic attempts have definitely been a bit inconsistent lately. If this was an attempt to go back to basics and just write characters you adore in a goofy slice of their lives, this was an absolute success. It's a real shame that there's only 2 more episodes. It's a real shame there's only 2 more episodes he wrote after this, as he really seems to be finding his feet again. No one does Team Rocket like he does, and the only real No one does Team Rocket like he does, and the only real criticism I have is... Ow! Sorry. Bit my lip a little. No one does Team Rocket like he does, and the only real criticism I have, aside from some uneven pacing, is only apparent in retrospect. And the only real criticism I have, aside from some And the only real criticism I have, aside from some uneven pacing, is only apparent in retrospect. It introduced an absolute banger of a new character, only to never use her again. Wendy deserved better. Oh, sure, Delibird gets to hang around, and I do like that Shudo created a way to address the Rocket's financial situation in a humorously consistent... And I do like that Shudo created a... And I do like that Shudo created a way to address the Rocket's financial situation in a humorously consistent way. But the instant glorious hook of Wendy going absolutely feral about a tiny grievance for years while Jesse has no freaking clue was such a fun dynamic and could have made for countless amazing gags. And let's be honest here, countless shipping fanfics in future episodes. They just had lightning in a bottle chemistry and they hadn't even met each other yet. Absolute tragedy is what it is. But as I said, that's just a flaw in retrospect. For what it is, this is a padding episode done right. And the kind of episode I point to when I say padding doesn't have to be bad. Oh, that went a bit weird. And the kind of episode I point to when I say padding doesn't have to be bad. It's not something special like a Master Ball episode or an exciting battle episode, but it's Pokemon's animation, humor, and characters firing on all cylinders. Don't it? Okay. But it's Pokemon's animation, humor, and characters firing on all cylinders, and what I tuned into Pokemon for as a kid. Easy Ultra Ball. Trivia. When Jesse mentions an 8th round pick in the motto, that's actually not just sports jargon for a cheap gag, as the last time the NFL draft had an 8th round was almost 10 years ago prior to this episode airing, so calling it evil fits the idea that it had become the lowest of the low class of players. What's less accurate, and I would be a poor citizen of New Zealand if I didn't point this out, are the goalposts. Now, I might be missing some history, but as far as I was able to research, American football always uses Y-shaped goals, while it's rugby that uses the H-shaped ones. The uniforms are also exclusive to US football, and the original Japanese states that they're playing that particular sport. So it must have been a mistake on the background artist's part. It's not actually that unreasonable when you consider that Japan does have a rugby team and a decent-sized fan base, and this was before iShield 21 came out, so I can see where the confusion might have slipped in. Fun bonus fact though, in New Zealand we don't actually call any sport football, at least not in casual conversation. Soccer is soccer, rugby is usually footy, and we call US football gridiron. No confusion if you never use it, I guess. Speaking of confusion though, when Team Rocket mentions that they designed their own uniforms and therefore aren't wearing regulation gear, this is somewhat contradicted by an audio drama that came out back during the Kanto era in 1998, written by Shudo himself, where a rookie named Mondo is Written by Shudo himself, where a rookie named Mondo is assigned to Team Rocket as a gopher/adoring fan. It sounds like a fun dynamic, but this was the key art for him. which does seem to imply that the white uniform is meant to be the rookie scrubs. However, this is also easily retconned as him just being so smitten with them that he altered his uniform in the same way, so it's just a fun aside. But interestingly, our rockets were originally wearing the black uniforms, at least if this preview from Nintendo Power is accurate. I'm guessing they changed it so that they stand out more from regular grunts, even though regular grunts never really had a presence in the show proper. Also, later on we actually do get a look at the official training uniform of Team Rocket, but we'll deal with that when we get back to Chronicles. When the Rockets contemplate starting their own biker gang, hey, it wouldn't be the first time, you'd be forgiven for thinking, what did James do to that poor sweet motorbike? What did James do to that poor sweet motorbike? And no, it's not a perspective error, or a smear frame, or even that much of an exaggeration. It's an actual counterculture movement in Japan called Bosozoku, where punk kids basically engage in gang warfare and street racing, but with the most ludicrous mods on their bikes you can imagine. The height of the windshield and the length of the seat became basically a measuring contest until you got abominations like this. Those who played the Yakuza Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs. Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests... Okay. Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs, but it's all just fascinating, so be sure to look it up. Okay. One more, I think. Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs, but it's all just fascinating. Be sure to look it up. Now, in terms of changes from Japanese, there's not much to go on, but I must sadly inform you that Team Jet and Team Helicopter are not in the original canon. In Japanese, Jesse is basically saying, nothing is like Team Rocket, by implying that anything else would be inferior, like a jet or a helicopter. Here it is fan-subbed. Still, it's not too late. Team Jet for Gen 10. Also in Japanese, Wendy is a little more bloodthirsty. Again, this animosity is over stiffing her at the juice counter. What might have been with Wendy, man. And so, Suede gleefully sets off with the gift of joy this episode provided him. But will this be a present that lasts, or discarded all too soon? The outcome looks foggy. Then we stop it. Yay. Alright, recording done. Bring this back down. Can open the window again, thinking... Ugh. Alright, now that's done, we can start the editing. Let's see. Alright, no, it was less than an hour. That's pretty good timing. Let me just quickly check something, because I think I need to just... Wow. Why is everything wrong way around here? I will just... Where is it? There we go. Right, then we can turn off the script so that you guys can see the actual editing. Perfect. All right, and then we can put on some music and actually get the sound editing going. Let me just quickly check the email because I think I got a message. Just make sure that there wasn't any problems. Oh no, yep, we're good. All right, let's go. Good timing. I thought it was going to be over an hour. No, as long as the episode is as long as it's a standard episode of Pokemon, it shouldn't be longer than an hour. All right. So I'll just get started on the audio editing, but at the top of the hour we'll do a bit of XCOM. We'll start naming people. All right. So, we'll have to start from the beginning though. All right. We did play XCOM briefly back in the day, but I've forgotten everything, so I'll have to start again. Okay. Highlights. All right. Okay, there we go. Let's turn my volume down. Highlights. we go, do that. Then we bring it in. Now comes the fun yet boring part. Here we go.
Highlights. All right.
Bit snappier there. There we are.
Highlights. All right. After that frankly disappointing tangent into the rustling of Jimmy, let's...
Oh, you're curious what it would be like if New Zealand had its own emu war? Well, yeah. Unfortunately, the moa was extinct by the time New Zealand was colonized, so we will never know for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how if the moa were as resourceful as the emu, but they're bigger. It would have been interesting.
Rustling of Jimmy. Let's return to the twerps we know and love. Oh, and also Ash and the gang. Highlights. All right, after that frankly disappointing tangent into the rustling of Jimmy, let's return to the twerps we know and love. Also, Ash and the gang.
That was actually a bit too snappy. About there instead.
Twerps we know and love. Oh, and also Ash and the gang.
Yep, that's good.
The twerps we know and love. Oh, and also Ash and the gang. Yep,
that's good. Move it over.
So Ash and the gang. Yay, Team Rocket is back and goofier than ever. Duh.
I want to see if I can get the sound editing done in less than an hour, but well, I mean, yeah, after we've done the break.
I missed you guys. Yay, Team Rocket is back and goofier than ever. Duh, I missed you guys. This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on.
Oh, that's right, I actually got the papers.
This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. Ah, it came out a few months later. This time we have a reference to...
Need a better soundbite there. Hold on.
This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. This time we have a reference to... Wait, hold on. Oh, it came out a few months later. A possible foreshadowing of the popular... A few months later. A possible foreshadowing of the popularity of Ice Shield 21. A possible foreshadowing of the popularity of Ice Shield 21.
The other one was better. That's fine.
But of course the usual... But of course the usual happens with the delicious twist of us actually following the rocket... But of course the usual happens with the delicious twist of us actually following the rockets post-blast-off.
Yep, that works.
But of course...
I hate it when I got it perfect and then I didn't realize I got it perfect later on.
The delicious twist of us actually following the rockets post-blast-off. Post-blast-off is a hard word.
No, you got it earlier. You got it earlier, Swade.
How does it... Jeez, how did it take us over 200 eps for that to happen? Jeez, how did it... Jeez, how did it take us... Jeez, how did it take us over 200 episodes for that to happen?
I think I like the other one better, actually.
Jeez, how does it... Jeez, how did it take us over 200 eps for that to happen?
Yeah, that one works better.
A grenade with a long time... A grenade with a long timer in the shape of an object made to be passed. Not one of our better ideas.
There we go. Give it a gap to show that I want a bit of footage there.
Grenade with a long timer in the shape of an object made to be passed. Not one of our better ideas. Not one of our better ideas. Also, what was the end game here?
Once again, never take up editing. Well, at the very least, don't take up YouTubing if you don't like... If you're not willing to put up with the sound of your own voice.
End game here. Also, what was the end game here? If we succeeded, the twerps would...
Especially if you're doing silly voices.
If we succeeded, the twerps would be the ones getting blasted off, and it's quite challenging to steal from a flying child. And it's quite challenging to steal from a flying child.
Yeah, that's a better one.
Getting blasted off, and
About there, I think. Let's see if it works.
It's getting blasted off, and it's quite challenging.
There's a bit of a cutoff there. Let's see if I can soften that.
It's getting blasted off, and it's quite challenging.
Yep, that's good enough. Okay.
To steal from a flying child. But after attempting, and of course, but after attempting, the rockets then attempt to actually take stock.
There we go. I thought that one was a bit too loud. Yep.
But after attempting, and of course failing a soft landing, the rockets
That's why it's always good to see where your levels are, so you can see if you're peaking.
failing a soft landing, the rockets then attempt to actually
That one's also a bit awkward. Hold on.
landing. Failing a soft landing, the rockets then attempt to actually take stock of the situation.
Okay, so I'll stop there. Let's do a bit of XCOM for 15 minutes, I'd say. XCOM's a little more bite-sized, I think. Well, let's see. Wow, loud. Enemy within, enemy unknown. I can't remember which one's which, or whether like one goes first or one goes second. Hold on, let me just quickly check that. So. Wait. Let's see. Okay, so within it's got the added features. Okay. Just double checking there. Yeah. So within is the definitive version. You'll miss some extremely minor things such as If you pick unknown, that'll be the base game. Without the expansion, if you pick within, that includes the added features. Yeah. Okay. So it is. Yeah. It's not like a sequel expansion or a DLC. It's just it's better. So enemy within. Right. Hang on. Can't remember which one was which. Help. Dang it. Okay, there it is. Okay, within is the expanded one. Okay, yeah. Okay. Phyrexis in 2K, pretty cool. Oh, hang on, I'll see if I can. I'll change the I'll change the window and then bring it over in a sec. Oh, Unreal technology. It's not even Unreal Engine 4. Alright, so go to options, video, unfull screen it, thank you. Don't want borderless window, I want window. Probably 720 will be fine for you guys. VSync frame rate smoothing, yep. And graphics at full maximum. Yep, keep the settings, thank you sir. Okay, then preset, go for... Oh, they don't have ultra. It's always fun to go ultra, but yep, high's fine. Okay, now I just need to switch over to OBS, make sure it looks like everything's kind of working. I'll just double check though. Yep, there it is, working pretty good. Although I should move this out of the way, just there, that's a bit more like it. Okie dokie. So just for fun, let's play XCOM. Oh wait, I need the chat though. Where are you, chat? There it is. And then bring this over here. There we go. I remember you remember Legend of Thunder being 4 episodes long. Yeah, I never watched Chronicles apart from a couple of episodes. Those being the Team Rocket training one and the Misty one. Okay, single player. Let's go for normal for now.
What's second wave mean? Oh. Challenging but fair, okay. Those who play with the devil's toys have fun. Will be brought by degrees to wield his sword. Buckminster Fuller. Buckminster's quite a name. Wah! Glowing green meteorite? What's the worst that can happen? Everybody touch it! Touch the button on top of it! Ah, flip phones, it's so cool. Oh no! Invisible poison gas! Seems kind of nonplussed about it, to be honest. He's kind of like, oh. Back in the day, you couldn't do much in terms of facial animation. Oh yeah, I forgot there was also the return of Casey. That would be pretty weird in real life, but it's like, I just wonder if, like, well, would it unite people or would it further divide people? It's hard to know for sure.
Hello, Commander.
Hello, epic voice guy. How are you doing with Honest? See, you've graduated from Honest Trailers.
This Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative.
Looks like V for Vendetta, where it's not actually a real guy.
And last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future.
How considerable?
I urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed.
Trailer music.
Good luck, Commander.
Who's that guy meant to be? Is he meant to be the president? Is he just the leader of the FBI? I mean, I guess he's in charge of XCOM and we're just the strategy person? Alright, here we go. Base location, North America. All aircraft and aircraft weapons cost 50% less, okay. Laboratories and workshops cost 50% less. All projects in the Foundry and Officer Training School cost 50% less. Autopsies and interrogations are completed instantly. Oh man, that's kind of dark, because that's South America, so they're referencing Argentina had Nazi scientists. But man, that's a good bonus too. Let's see. All in. Monthly XCOM funding increases by 30%. Autopsies and interrogations are completed instantly. I like the research. Doing laboratories and workshops are it cost 50% less. Sounds good for me. Alright. Operation Blinding Whisper. Silly, you can't blind with sound.
Alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
Okay. I'm ready to engage. Let's see. I need to secure milled canisters. Plus Europe is classy, yeah. You know. We got the European Union, and we got like the French Resistance and all that, and Scandinavian quality of life. Here we go.
Strike one. This is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
All right. Okay, we can change some of the names later on, but yeah, we'll keep Holly Wilson for now.
Moving. Visual on the goods.
That's funny, it doesn't have a tutorial at all. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, we have... That must be the meld canister. Recoverable, yep. So, can I keep going? I guess I'll just put it down to Overwatch. At a small aim penalty. Sokolov! He's the guy that invented Metal Gear. Oh, that's nice that that's a nice compliment. He's so dashing. Let's go over here just to be on the safe side.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
I mean, like, yeah, that it's not hard to do something that's never been before seen in recorded history.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Most things haven't been put in recorded history if you really think about it. Like, say, was it like FIFA giving away a peace prize has also never been seen before in recorded history, but I wouldn't call that like amazing. let's Overwatch it. Yes, please. We got 2 Overwatches. Alien Activatoire. Got 2. Ow! Come now, you're an Aussie! Should do better than this. It's only 3 hit points, come on now. What? I was behind a wall, that means that I shouldn't have been hit. This is Mario, right?
I'm on the move.
Oh no, I forgot it had Overwatch. Luckily it also missed. Let's take a look at how we got here. We got 52%. Where's the other one? You telling me you can't aim at them? Ah, never mind. I'll just Overwatch then. Bit of Reinhardt going on. Dashing. Let's go over this side. Breach and clear. See, that's 67, not too bad. Can I... Oh, there it is. Yeah. 79, yeah, I reckon I can do that one. Let's take the risk. I like how he died and then he just decided to leap into the air also.
When the operator dies, we should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Our own development programs. She's part of, well, I guess we're from Europe. She's part of the POSH program. Let's do an Overwatch on her. And this guy can dash ahead. Got a good, there we go. Ah! Okay. Then we'll need to change the coloring so that it's more Suede friendly. Come on! There we go. Oh, come on! You're the worst shot! You're an Aussie! You should hit what you aim at! Ugh. Just the worst. Wilson! Holly Wilson, you are the worst!
Rolling out.
I'm never counting on you for for a shot for any kind of aiming in the future. Okay.
Heading there now.
Okay, we're doing good over there. Let's see if we can. 32, not so great. I can hit him with a frag grenade. It's probably safer than. Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry. Fire in the hole.
You may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
Well, maybe the aliens should exercise restraint in their invasion. Oh, I think I might actually be able to use the... There we go. How do I... There it is, collect. Yay, we collected the melody mold. Well, now what? I guess we need to find some more. Do we... What else is there? Right, I guess I'll put on Overwatch and see what happens next. Oh, they're there. Great. It's a good thing I put on the Overwatch, I suppose. What's my objective again? Sir, what is my objective? I've forgotten, sir. Do I need to go here and like... Here, Holly. I can't trust you to like fire weapons, so you can just gotta check out this thing. Alright. But I think we have to like get rid of the hostiles, so let's go. You only have... Okay. 78, yep. It's worth the risk. And not worth the risk, apparently. 78%! Come on, I know that... I don't know, what's the word? Legally, that has to be something, but... Listen, Ella, you've got one shot here. Let's see. How's your fragging? Pretty good. Let's just do it. It's 3 hit points. Yay! Now we see what they're doing. What are you up to? Let's hide off here, I think. It's not on Overwatch, so we can... Haha! Oh, I wasn't even aiming for that guy. Okay. Oh no, we can't collect anything from here. Well, it's okay. At least Holly can't miss anything else at the moment. I guess we'll get Holly to bring up the rear, which is probably a bad idea considering their track record. Let's bring her over here so she can like flank him. Holly, dang it! Can you do anything professionally? See, that's not really gonna work. We probably want to set up a perimeter with this guy. Constantine. John Constantine. Or is that Constantine? Screw that door! This door in particular. Alright. How's the aiming? 25? Nah. Let's Overwatch it.
I'm on it, Commander.
25? I think we can afford to take a chance. We've got several Overwatches, so let's... Nah. That one I didn't expect too much of you, so... 29. Nah. Overwatch it. I'll have to move at some point. Oh, I didn't realize it had a grenade. I should have used that. Hunkering down. I'm a hunkering down. Okay, here we go. Now you've got a frag grenade. Let's see how well you hunker with this. Hold on. Excuse me. I said yes. How does this hunker feel? He didn't hunker hard enough.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I may, Commander. The labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Hooray! Let's research the artifacts.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Commander, get your butt to the research labs right now. Setting out to save the world with guys who couldn't hit the broadside of a boat. Oh.
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My
Hey,
role
Brad.
in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations,
Sure.
and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a
Such as
soldier
which
waiting
doors
for
to
a
kick.
promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Alright, the barracks. Whoa! Help, I clipped through the wall. Holly Wilson, the Aussie. Holly the Aussie. Well, okay,
Just
if
like
you...
it sounds. Support class provides that intangible edge our squads need.
Well, as long as we don't have to get her to fire at anything. Oh, not just allies. Oh, come on. It's the worst. What about
The assault
Sokolov?
class serves as our front line. They're the first ones
Hooray.
into a fight, and the last ones out.
Now, it's firing or Overwatch after dashing on the turn running gun is activated. Oh, that's very useful. Thank you, Constantine. You've been very useful.
Our snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar. But without
Headshot.
sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close
Well, as long
combat
as it's not Holly, we're
situations.
fine. Fire a shot with 30% critical chance and extra damage. Yep, cool. Poor Chike didn't get nothing. Well, maybe while Sokolov's recovering.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is awaiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
New research, xenobiology, weapon fragments, okay. Sectoid corpses, weapon fragments, yeah, yep. So now we have to scan for activity, why not? Whee!
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
Panic! We have received a 1 out of 5 panic. Reviews are not... Okay, getting scientists or engineers. Do we go for Egypt or Russia? For Russia's closer. And engineers seem to be really good, but yeah. No, wait, hold on a second. I did not. No. Wait, officer training school. Back to briefing. Make items available. Okay, hold on a second. Can I edit the unit, please? Okay, Holly Wilson. Abilities loadout. Customize. Yes. All right. Here we go. Let's see. There's voice, head, hair color, art deco. Oh, you can't change the gender.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Solid copy.
Where's the Aussie?
Go. Solid copy. Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
There's no Aussie? Don't tell me Aussie is a race. No. Oh, language. Is...
Yes.
Tell me, please tell me Australian is a language. No.
Bien, Commandant. Solid copy. Yes, Commander. Good to go. Yes, Commander. Solid
No.
copy.
You can't do different
Affirmative.
accents.
Yes,
That
Commander.
sucks. Alright. Dang it. Okay, well, let's see. Armor tint, standard. Okay, let's do purple. Oh, there we go. That's kind of Swedish. We just need to make it more of a golden color. That's a bit too bright. Although that is kind of it, but... Armor decoration. Ah, yes, very cool. Let's give her a lot of padding. So, yes. They use... Oh, you need to set research goals, yeah. They just use the language options from other releases of the game, right? Alright, let me try this again. Back to briefing. Let's see. Okay, so there's the alien abductions. We'll come back to you later. First of all, we need to do our... I thought so. They just kind of railroaded me into choosing another mission.
My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs.
Do not ask about my father.
This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe
all
we
of
can
our
use them to
scientists are
develop
fully
some new
jacked.
equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Just kind of staring awkwardly for a second. Dr. Valen. I mean, the name sounds like villain. Oh, no.
Commander.
I'm just an old down-home boy with my robot arms.
Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will.
You ever
begin
notice her name
fabrication.
sounds like villain? She's all German and stuff. Not too sure I dig that.
Commander, I realize our troops have to put their own survival first, but every alien we use explosives against is one less opportunity to recover new artifacts.
Fine. Okay. Less boom boom, whatever. Okay, 5 reconfigurants, meld recombination. Deployed canisters, okay. Oh, weapon, okay, that could be cool. Xenobiology. Third, okay, so tactics. Better suit. Oh, if we can develop weapons against them, or. That one's 8 days, but this one I can actually use up the sectoid corpses, so I'm gonna go for more tricky. I'll do xenobiology for now.
That does seem to be the most pressing of our current research options. We'll
Don't
begin
suck up,
immediately.
Valen.
I will notify you when a complete report is available.
Alright, change project. Okay, we got that. Then the engineering. What can we build? Can we build facilities?
Room to grow up here. But if we really
Okay,
want to
removing.
expand
No,
our
we got an
facilities,
officer training school.
we're going
What?
to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the
6
more it's
power.
going to cost.
Oh, 2 plus power for every adjacent power facility. Then we want to build. Does adjacent mean sidey, or can it also mean up and down? Like it's probably for the best. 60. Let's just do it. Cool.
Work crews are on their way to begin construction. I'll send word when the new facility is operational.
Cool. Sounds good. Oh, up and down works too. Never mind. Well, this is only normal difficulty. It's not like it's going to be that difficult. Let's see. What else can we build? A mid kit. That could be useful. How much credits do I have? 205. Then a satellite can detect the unique gravitational distortions caused by alien craft in flight. Let's just quickly manufacture a mid kit, I think. 50 engineers. Quantity. Takes 50 credits to make 2 flippin' mid kits? Whatever. Oh, I see. It's instant. Yeah. I don't want to completely like wipe out all my credits at the moment. Use the soldiers. Yes. All right. Let's start getting a few. Let's get a few people in here. Let's see. So okay. See, I believe Verdant is Canadian. I don't know if you're allowed, if you can make a Canadian person. Hire soldiers. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we can change a few things. Customize. Let's see. So you can't change the nationality, which is annoying. So we can get a Scottish person. Well, Griffin Pilgrim, you're the first. Let's go. Because Griffin sounds Scottish, even though it's probably more Irish. All right.
Roger that.
Roger that. Let's see. Let's make you even more Scottish. Can we give you some facial here? Why is it green? I think it's meant to be blonde, but for some reason it's green. So here, color. That's better. Wow, you just need a flat cap. Alright, armor tint. There we go. That's probably the closest to suede. The suede colors. That works out pretty well. Do we need a helmet here? What the flip is that? What is that? Okay. Oh, there's the beret, but... Just helmets and hats. Helmets and hats. Where's the... Ah, yep. That looks so silly. Pardon me. A flat cap is like those it's like those newsboys caps. Those kind of yeah, it's kind of like a front ways. It looks like this except it's got a peak at the front. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's fine. What we had before. It's all right. We are spending too much time here, and especially since we're well, yeah. There we go. Now, so we got Griffin Pilgrim. Let's see. And I'm just going based on what your name what nationality your name sounds like, regardless of what your nationality actually is. So don't take offense. It is just on what your name sounds like. So we got Jose, Archuluta, from Mexico. Except, well, let's see.
Solid copy.
Wow, that's a Joe and a half, ain't it? Let's see. Then... anything else? I think that mustache would be a little insensitive. Let's go for this one. Yep. Let's see what kind of hair we got. Let's randomize it. Well, I mean, like, semi-randomize it. Can't do it all the way. Who gets the hat? No, I get the hat. It's me. Or should he be Guile? Let's just give him a... there we go, that'll work. Give me your silliest hat. Well, I can't give you the silliest hat because the silliest hat belongs to me. That's the cap, so I'll just give you the Guile here. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Ernesto Lopez, Jeff Murray. Let's see. Then Constantine, yeah, let's see. Oh, I forgot to give you the suede colors. Hold on. Where's the suede colors? Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Now, Verdant, I know that you're Canadian, but we don't have any Canadians here. Should we wait for a Canadian, or should we make you American? So I don't know if you'd want that. Let's see. Maybe I can get rid of, like... or maybe, let's see, Swedish. Let's see. Can I dismiss? Yeah. That means I can get the other ones later. Let's see. Hard to say. Okay, so we can keep the German sniper. We can keep the we can keep the Aussie. They'll just have to do for now. We'll hire like a couple more people, but we'll see. Hire soldiers. Can't believe you can't decide. Let's see, credits we've got like, okay, so let's do like 3 more and see if one of them either matches me or Verdant. Let's take a look. Okay, we got British. Got French. British works for me. I'll be British. We don't have New Zealand, and I don't want to be. I'd rather be British than Australian, so it works out. Oh, not one. Armored Guardian. Oh, Armored, yeah. That's cool. Thank you. Let's see. We're actually getting back to work. I'm just kind of trying to find people. Just trying to find ways to include the chat into XCOM. But I've left it a bit too long, so we're heading back now. There we go. We'll do a battle with some of the chat after we've done a bit of work here. Then attempt to actually take stock of the situation. Wow, this episode actually has an innovative prep.
I should probably just like choose whatever the I should probably just like go with whatever country it is. That way it's just completely random.
Wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise and makes good use of Team Rocket. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits.
Okay, not quite.
Wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise and makes good use of Team Rocket. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those curtains.
Not
curtains,
quite.
Sorry. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits. Wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise. And
I actually think that worked best the first time. So let's see. Let's just try that.
wow, this episode actually has an innovative premise and makes good use of Team Rocket. I see you, Shudo. Get out from behind those credits.
Yeah, I think the first one actually works best. It's annoying when that happens, but at the same time, it makes it a bit easier.
Wow, this is of the situation. Why actually take stock of the situation? Famous and makes you shoot and I see you shooto, get out from behind those credits. Actually peeked there a little bit. I see you shooto, get out from behind those credits. Ah, dang it, for some
No, you were fine the first time.
But yes, the rockets aren't
There we go. Oh, Kangle hat.
Shooto, get out from behind those credits. That's better. But yes, the rockets aren't
No, well, no, they don't have a flat cap, which, like, flat caps are like newsboy hats, but like for the newsies.
behind those credits. But yes, the rockets aren't doing well, so as with any organization, they use their
Or
resources
minus caps would be another way to
in
put it.
service of finding someone else to blame. Someone else to blame.
Yeah, put that there. Oh, I should put on some music just so that it's not just constant silence. Hold on. But I have to do music that I know won't get me struck down, so I guess it's Purple Cat again. Always kind of cool. Let's just do the top songs. There we go.
Forces in service of finding someone else to blame. I joke, but it's really nice. I joke, but it's really nice to actually see them. Really nice to really. That doesn't work. Okay. I joke, but it's really nice to actually. I joke, but.
There we go.
I joke, but it's really nice to actually see them assess the issue with some fantastic storyboarding and fun poses. Yuji Asada, fun poses. Yuji Asada and Masaki Iwane, you thought you could slip under the radar. Yuji Asada and Misaki Iwane, you thought you could. Misaki, sorry. Iwane, you. Misaki Iwane and Masaki.
Yeah, again, I think I got the first one was the best one.
Yuji Asada and Masaki Iwane, you thought you could slip under the radar. No one does broad. Under the radar. No one does broad.
Not quite as snappy as I'd like. There we
Under
go.
the radar. No one does broad appealing poses like you two.
Mixtape.
No one does broad appealing poses like you two. Appealing poses like you two.
Yeah, it's better.
But now that we've established the amazing potential of this story, where are they going to go with it? Well, first of all, they actually achieved the breakthrough that way more trainers in the game's real.
No.
Well, first of first of all, they actually achieved the breakthrough that way more trainers in the games really need to twig onto.
That's better.
They've actually.
It's amazing how just clenching your teeth kind of gives some flavor to the words.
First of all, they actually achieved the breakthrough that way more trainers in the games really need to twig onto. With James doing some wonderful delivery in the process. With James doing some wonderful line delivery in the process. Wonderful delivery. With James doing some wonderful line delivery in the process.
Yep, there we go.
I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party at all? I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party all themed around a single type? I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party, all themed around a single type? What are we, youngsters? Technically, we have 12 slots.
Okay, I might cut that, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, what kind of D-tier scrub has less than a full party, all themed around a single type? What are we, youngsters? Technically, we have 12 slots. But yep, they brawl it out and get nowhere, so I...
Oh, dang it. Forgot that skips to the bookmark, skips to the markers. For some reason I never really used markers. It's probably to my detriment.
We have 12 slots.
There we go. Bring that over there.
But yep, They brawl it out and get nowhere, so I guess you could say it's a pretty accurate. Nah, they beat me to it.
Dang it, there was a bit of a clicker there.
Nah, they beat me to it. Honestly, with what I hear about some of the European countries, I don't think
Hang on.
doesn't get nowhere, so I guess you could say it's a pretty accurate.
Don't know how that happened. I think I might have put it in the wrong USB port. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's see if I can do that without the clicks, or if I have to do a re-recording here. Hold on.
It's a pretty accurate. You could say it's a pretty accurate.
If I cut it off there, that might be just an...
Nah, they beat me to it.
And I don't think the clicks are in there, so hopefully I won't need to re-record. Let's take a look.
Pull it out and get nowhere, so I guess you could say it's a pretty. Nah, they beat me. It's a pretty.
I think we are okay.
So I guess you could say it's a pretty. Nah, they beat me. Say it's a pretty. Nah, they beat me to it.
I think I can cover that up with the clip. If I can't, I'll re-record. So we'll see how it goes.
Nah, they beat me to it. Nah, they beat me to it. Honestly, with what I hear, honestly, with what I hear about some of the European countries, I don't think this method is exclusive to the US system at all. Then they actually mentioned the logistics in Team Rocket for a glorious but fleeting moment.
Give it a cap.
But unfortunately don't go further with it. Come on, I know that kids don't normally go for org charts and requisition forms, but if anyone can make it fun, it'd be Team Rocket.
Oh, it's nice when you just get it first time.
Make it like a labyrinth of bureaucracy with evil... Make it like a labyrinth of bureaucracy with evil sight gags. So much potential, I swear.
I didn't even know DBZ was doing a galactic patrol. I mean, for some reason, even though DBZ is so kind of like sci-fi coded and stuff, I never really kind of think of it as a sci-fi. I always still think of it as like a martial arts fantasy.
Potential, I swear. Oh, well, I guess we still have a laser cage delibird. Hold on. Hold on.
It's funny how he called it Dragon Ball Z to distinguish it from the earlier Dragon Ball, but he just kept it as Dragon Ball Z for the rest of his life. I mean, if we don't count Dragon Ball GT, but that was anime exclusive. I'm talking about Toriyama specifically.
Laser cage delibird. Hold on.
Oh no, wait, there's Dragon Ball Super. My bad. So why is it a DBZ? Why is there a new series coming out that's just from the DBZ era, not from Dragon Ball Super? Yeah, it should be Dragon Ball DBS. Why? I don't know where my brain went for a second there.
Hold on. Oh well, I guess we still have laser cage delibird. Hold on. Have a laser cage delibird. Hold on. Oh well, I guess we still.
I think the first one's better there.
Hold on.
Unfortunately, I didn't really watch Dragon Ball Z outside of the Frieza saga, so I'm not one of the people to. I'm not one of the authorities.
So while I will still lament not seeing how the rocket sausage is made, maybe phrase that differently. Sausage is made. Phrase that differently in the final script.
I did a few things.
Maybe phrase that.
There we go, that'll work.
Sausage is made. Maybe phrase that differently in the final script. That's right. I just need this. Maybe phrase that differently.
Actually, I think the more subtle sound works better in the first one.
Differently in the final.
Yeah, that one works better.
They'll capture the sound, so that way I don't have to get cut.
Oh, it is Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol. Okay, yep. So they're keeping it the Super thing. I don't know though. I mean, I know that Toriyama wasn't like as massively involved near the end before his untimely death, but yeah, I don't know.
Hey Evan, I'm just recording.
It's kind of the same with like
Still not sure exactly what's happening with Dragon Quest 12 after Toriyama died. Even though I think he did all the I'm pretty sure he did all the
Script. Look at this
design stuff for Dragon Quest 12. I'm just gonna quickly check that actually. Hey, you guys didn't tell me that the thing was still up. Why didn't you tell me that the thing was still up? Come on. It's like you guys aren't even watching. There we go. How dare you miss out on this sweet sweet editing action. Alright, so how is Dragon Quest 12 going? Is there any news on it? There was like one thing about it and then it went away. Would you rather spend a night in the Arclay Mansion or in Splatterhouse? Well, I mean, it depends if I'm a regular guy or not. If I'm the main character of Splatterhouse, heck, I'm doing great. Whereas if I'm a main character in Resident Evil, then I'm not necessarily doing that well. Especially if my name is Carlos. Well, not Carlos. Reyes? No, I can't remember what the name of the guy who was like, "There are terrible demons. Ouch." I forgot what his name was. Okay. No luck so far. It's been 8 years since Dragon Quest 11. There's only been like... Okay, so it hasn't been cancelled. Alright, as of May last year, it hasn't been cancelled. So we'll have to see what's going on. Apparently they're having trouble with a non-turn-based battle system. I don't like that. Oh well. Well, if there's one game series that's polished to a mirror sheen more than Zelda or Mario, it's Dragon Quest. So I'm not going to be Richard. That's it, Richard.
Look at this.
Hey, Alex. Maybe I'll make you a soldier. Maybe I'll make you a soldier in. Make you a soldier in XCOM as a tribute to your memory. You're a regular character in both the scenarios.
Really powerful, especially.
and I got a Resident Evil reference just while I'm talking about this. Hold on.
Look at this dial. Look. Script. Look at this darling Pokemon. Look at this dial. Look at this dial.
Sight gags, so much potential, I swear. Ah, well, I guess we still have a laser cage deli bird. Hold on. So while I will still lament not seeing how the rocket sausage is made, maybe Frank. Hang on, did I miss something there? Feels like. I feel like I skipped some gags there. I'll need to take a look here. No. Sakiwane. Oh, there we go. It was about here. Oh, okay. There is one thing missing. Is that differently in the fine? Okay, I did miss one line. That does make sense why it doesn't sound so great. Hold on. Okay.
Look at this darling Pokemon.
Okay, I was about here, is it? Wait, sorry. That's right. I just need this. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna have to just do the trim. There we go. About here, maybe. So they'll capture the sound. I'm just recording. I will admit this setup. There it is. I will admit this setup in tree. There we go. That'll work. I will admit that. Hey, Gimlet. I will admit
Sorry,
this
I know.
setup intrigues
I know it's
me.
Gimli.
Though I wonder if Gimlet and Gimli have similar, similar origins, because Tolkien was such an etymology nerd. Because like that's where sort of wraiths and that kind of thing came from. So I wonder if Gimli and Gimlet kind of come from the same root. Can't even remember what a gimlet is. I just know it has an eye of some sort. Oh, gimlet's a cocktail. Gin and lime. That doesn't really suit. Doesn't really suit a dwarf, really. A dwarf cocktail would be a bit more malty, I imagine. I think we're talking more about a gimlet eye. The gimlet eye. Doesn't... I've heard the word gimlet eye before, but I don't know what it's a... It doesn't... okay. Etymology. Okay, there we go. No. No, a gimlet... Okay, sorry. The cocktail is not the same as a gimlet. Okay, the cocktail was named after the gimlet, which is a drill. Hey, yeah. Gimli probably was named after the gimlet. Because, yeah, a drill really does work for a dwarf. Because, yeah, it's a small tool with a screw point, grooved shank, and cross handle for boring holes. And interesting holes, too, I'm guessing.
Look at this darling Pokemon just waiting to be captured.
And yeah, so that's where the term gimlet eye came from. It's because it's like a piercing, probing sort of eye. And Tolkien probably had heard of that, so yeah, it's funny that he probably uses a similar etymology.
It's also really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
There we go.
I see no bit
of peeking there. It actually wasn't peeking that bad. Okay.
I see no red flags whatsoever.
I'll have that one interrupting. I think that'll be a bit funnier. Okay, there we go. Gimli was not named after a specific person, but derived from old mythology, specifically the term Gimli or Gimli. Okay, but then where did the word gimlet come from? Because is it just a coincidence that gimlet happens to mean drill, which would be perfect? Let's take a look at the gimlet etymology. Middle English from Anglo-French gumbele, modification of the Middle Dutch wimmelkien from wimmel. No, okay, so it's not. It traces its roots all the way back to Dutch, which is nowhere near Norse mythology, really. So, but still, it's a cool coincidence. It's a cool coincidence then that both Gimlet and Gimli matches up to the word gimlet, which means drill.
Whatsoever. Peeking pretty bad. Okay. I see no red flags whatsoever. I see no red. Better take it with you. I see no red flags whatsoever.
No, the first one's fine.
James, this is clearly a scam.
No, that's not great.
See no red flags whatsoever. James, this is clearly a scam.
That one peaked a tiny bit, but I think that's not noticeable. It should be fine.
Silly, how can it be a scam when they're losing money on the deal? Silly, how can it be a scam when they're losing money on the deal? You can take the boy.
I still don't. Such a horrible Meowth voice, but at the very least you can tell that I'm trying to do a Meowth voice, and that's kind of the point. Yeah, that's always been my James voice ever since the beginning.
Andy, how can it be a scam when they're losing money on the deal?
You can take the boy out of privilege, but you can't take privilege out of the boy, I guess. Like all that matters is that all that matters is that the voice isn't grating and that you can tell what you're trying who you're trying to be. Like you can tell that that's meant to be a Meowth voice, even if it's like the worst kind of Brooklyn.
Yep, they of course fall for this Squid Game recruitment / jigsaw trap / kaiji game, and oh wow, a rare case of Jesse getting nommed. I thought victory / kaiji game, and
okay, good gap there.
Oh wow.
I'll kill you. No, well, no. Was it James is meant to be like James is meant to be over the top camp, whereas Superboy Prime is trying to be as kind of like a weird cross between the Mad Hatter from a weird cross between Edwin and a petulant child. Although at the moment I sound more like Chuckles the Clown. No, it's like, I'll kill you to death.
But yep, they of course fall for this Squid Game recruitment / jigsaw trap / kaiji game, and oh wow, a rare case of Jesse getting nommed. I thought Victory Bell just preferred rich food.
Wait, is that a glitch or not? Let's see, hold on.
Getting nommed. I thought Victory Bell just preferred rich.
Oh dang it! I'm gonna have to redo that one. It's okay. That'll be a placeholder, and I'll re-record when I come back to it later.
I thought.
I will say that like it's fascinating that so how much longevity they're able to get out of the Magikarp scat. It's pretty amazing. But yeah. No, I'm shocked that like Edwin, this one comedian from like so long ago, it's like just because he did this one voice and just because he did this one voice for the Mad Hatter. Well, I mean, like it was kind of his. He did goofy voices like that and other things too. But yeah, he owes pretty much everyone who wants to be a clown, or kind of a sort of malicious goofy. Everybody wants to be a goofy clown and owes Edwin for that voice.
And after the show, make ice.
Where was that?
Well, that one I've already got a sound effect.
Yeah. Nowadays, everyone's like, "Oh, that's the kid. That's what's his name? What's his name? The guy who's in everything. The guy who's in literally every Disney movie now. Plays Wash and Firefly. Why am I blanking so hard on his name? I know his name. Guy who's in everything. Every Disney movie. Let's see. Firefly. Why am I getting this? He was the guy in A Knight's Tale. I know his Alan Tudyk. My goodness. There we go. No, Alan Tudyk. No, Bill Farmer isn't in everything. He's just every goofy. No, Alan Tudyk does all the voices. Well, not. He always does like little voices. He did the rooster in. He likes doing robots actually, because he did he was the iRobot's voice, and he was also the droid in the malicious droid in Rogue One. But yeah, if you look it up, Alan Tudyk's done a ton of stuff. He also did he did Clayface in the Harley Quinn movie. So yeah, but he, like he said, he did King Candy as well. So he put on an Edwin voice, but now everyone thinks, oh, it's the Alan Tudyk doing King Candy voice. It's like, yeah.
I think I wrote that wrong there. And after the show, make ice type look. Makes, okay. And after the show makes ice type look.
There we go.
Preferred rich food. And after the show makes ice type look extremely OP when I don't know.
And I can do a half decent like Edwin clown voice, but the problem is that I don't know if I can sustain it. Everyone can do, well, not everyone. It's a lot easier to do a quick impression than it is to do a sustained character. That's where the voice actors actually earn their money.
Food. And after the
oh yeah, Frank Welker is in everything, but yeah.
Ice type look extremely OP when I don't know.
He's like 70 and he still does Fred, at least from Scooby-Doo. Wait, is it Frank Welker that does Fred? Yeah, Fred, yeah. Frank Welker still does Fred because for some reason he can still sound like a preppy college boy even in his 80s. Is it his 80s? Is he in his 80s? How old is he now? Frank Welker. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. He's not technically in his 80s, but he's pushing 80, and he can still do the Fred voice. It's like last one standing of the original cast. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. Isn't he also Scooby-Doo a lot of the time? Or no? Well, I think he does Scooby-Doo sometimes, but he's not like consistently the same way as Fred. It's like he's like, yeah, it's Megatron, but like, yeah, he does do Scooby-Doo as well. Yeah. I don't know if he was Scooby in the original. Was he Scooby in the original? Where's the Where Are You? Yeah, he's pretty consistently Scooby, yeah. And Fred. So. Yeah. Because back in the day, you just got the guys to do everything. You can tell that he's always Fred because he's always had that weird pronunciation of the word treasure.
People just preferred rich food, and after the show makes Ice Type, and after the episode makes Ice Type look extremely OP, when I don't know, maybe it would have been better to hype up the new types, but at least it's a Gen 2 Mon. Delibird is finally defeated with the most overpowered move in the TV show.
Yeah, he's it's at the age where his voice doesn't need too much modulation. Yeah.
In the TV show.
Okay, wait. If he's Megatron, then who was Star? Wait, no, he was originally Starscream, and Megatron was something else in the original Transformers, right? I'm trying to remember. Okay, original Transformers. Man, you go onto IMDb and you look up Transformers, and it takes... Oh, it's The Transformers. Okay. The original series is called The Transformers. No, apparently originally it was called The Transformers. Weird. Oh, Casey Kasem was original Starscream. No way. Yeah. It's so weird hearing that Casey Kasem was like a top 40 DJ. He was like a radio DJ. So it would have been weird hearing like Shaggy, or more specifically Shaggy's uncle. Yeah, there were only... I mean, like, I know that's a lot of episodes, but after Pokemon, it's like there's only 98 episodes of the original Transformers. Man, that's only slightly longer than Pokemon Season 1. Well, Transformers in Court, that's basically what Ravage was on Beast Wars, wasn't it? Look, I sound like I'm a huge Transformers nerd, but I'm not. I watched Beast Wars, and I have some weird autistic memories of it, like Ravage being like an interstellar policeman. But yeah, that's all I remember. I don't remember much more than that. I also remember the really good kind of autism allegory in Transmutate, but yeah. Oh no, apparently Christopher Collins was the original Starscream. Or is that just original and then they brought in, or is that like when James had a different voice for like the first few episodes? Starscream had a different voice for the original first episodes. Because yeah, it's like... So like for the first episode it was Christopher Collins, and then like in season 3 when they'd be doing more, it's okay, I know that I'm getting distracted, but crucially I'm not as... So crucially it's not, the point is that I don't get as distracted as I would if I'm not body doubling, and it's very much is the case. So, now well. I feel like if they couldn't get Peter Cullen, I think if they couldn't get Peter Cullen, then Bryan Cranston would have made a really good Optimus Prime, I think.
Oh yeah, Casey was Cliff Jumper and Star Street.
Powered moves in the
Blue
TV
Street, yeah.
show. The ability to call counter after your opponent has attacked.
Put that there, yep. Don't you think he would have been a good casting choice? Like, obviously Peter Cullen should always be Optimus Prime, but like Bryan Cranston, I think, has that kind of similar tone.
Ability to call counter after your opponent has attacked. The ability to call counter after your opponent has attacked.
Mind you, yeah.
But it turns out the unbelievably obvious catch was indeed an unbelievably obvious catch, and it was actually a...
Yeah, they wanted to have Liam Neeson as Optimus Prime. It's like, yeah. I think Liam Neeson would have been okay. I mean, like, obviously you want to get Peter Cullen, but, like, if you couldn't get Peter Cullen, then Liam Neeson, like, isn't the worst choice. I do remember there was this one YouTube video, Caravan of Garbage is one of my favorite kind of, it's just called Caravan of Garbage. They don't actually, like, trash the movies too much, but, they're an Australian double team that review movies, and they're really good at it. they did kind of make fun of the decision for Liam Neeson. Sam, put the Allspark in my chest. Yeah. Oh. I can't do Liam Neeson to save my life. They did a better Liam Neeson.
Team Rocket recruitment kiosk.
I have a very particular set of transforming skills.
Team Rocket recruitment kiosk. Team Rocket obvious catch, and it was actually a Team Rocket recruitment kiosk.
Need to be more of a question there.
Team Rocket recruitment kiosk.
The second one's better. Alright.
It was actually a Team Rocket recruitment kiosk.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of worse ones than Liam Neeson, but at the same time, I think Bryan Cranston would have been better. Bryan Cranston has more experience with voice work and, well, like, Sentai adjacent media, considering he was in Power Rangers for a bit.
Team Rocket recruitment kiosk. Wow, I guess we actually do get somewhat of a look into Rocket logistics.
I did think that was really good casting to get him to be Zordon in the Power Rangers movie, even if that movie didn't quite work.
Even if it's to a slightly lesser extent than I wanted.
Problem is, I always it's like Steve Blum. Has Steve Blum really not been any kind of Transformers media? Surely he was in some of the video games when he was in every single video game.
Logistics, even if it's to a slightly lesser extent than I wanted. I can roll with it though, especially when we finally get the reason they wear okay.
He's been a Starscream of some kind. Interesting. Yeah, I can kind of see him as a Starscream, although I feel like his voice is a little deep to be Starscream, but he's more versatile than you might think, because he also did, like, a lot of people don't know he did Killer Croc in the Arkham games. I mean, I know he did, like, every grunt in the Arkham games, but the fact that he did Killer Croc as well was pretty cool.
Logistics, even if it's to a slightly lesser extent than I wanted. I can roll with it though, especially when we finally get the reason they wear white uniforms.
Johnny Albush would have been good.
Even if it's to a slightly lesser extent than I wanted. I can roll with it though, especially when we finally get the reason they wear white uniforms.
Yeah.
Especially when we finally get the reason they wear...
No, that didn't peak too much, so I'll keep that.
Especially when we finally get the reason...
No, I'm fine. Okay, bring that over. Yep.
Boo! Boo, I say! I don't know if the giggle works here. Okay. Boo! Yeah, okay.
There you go. Ah, wrong buttons.
Okay.
Sometimes the hotkeys glitch together. Oh, yeah. It's funny how Bumblebee was originally just kind of like this generic voice guy, but now it's well, okay, with Transformers 1, Bumblebee's back to having a voice, but it's just weird that after Michael Bay, there was just this whole thing of Bumblebee can't talk.
I say, boo, boo, I say. Of all the reasons we... Of all of the possible reasons, we get a lame Psyduck of we designed it ourselves.
No, that doesn't work.
Of all the possible reasons, we get a lame Psyduck we designed it ourselves.
Yep, that works out.
I guess it does.
Should have been a lame Golduck, maybe, than a lame Psyduck, because Psyduck gets enough crap.
I guess it does match Jesse's arrogance and James' refined nature, but I guess I don't... But I guess nature, but fine nature.
About there.
But it's refined nature. But I guess I was hoping. But I guess hoping. But I guess I nature. But I guess I was hoping for.
I need to look ahead.
But I guess I was hoping for them to say that they never graduated out of their training uniforms, or that Giovanni commissioned it for them specifically with no further explanation. I will say I do love the idea that the rockets would barely pass for members of the team, as it further provides evidence for my headcanon that Giovanni hired Jesse through an obligation to his mother, James.
Too much of a run-on sentence.
I do this joke later on. Maybe I should just ignore this one for now. I'll do it. I'll record it just in case. I will say. I will say.
Oh, dang it.
I do love the. I will say I do love the idea that the rock. I will say I do. I will say I do love the idea that the rockets would barely.
Bumblebee not talking was a creative decision. That the make the Transformers not talk. No, I don't think. Yeah, that wouldn't really work. No. Yeah, the Transformers need to talk. Now, if you could make it so that the humans didn't talk, that would be. There's a change you can get behind.
With no further explanation, I will say I do love the idea that the rockets would barely.
More body doubling. More
explanation.
Body tripling. Body sextupling. Oh, that sounds bad. Or good, depending on your preferences.
Love the idea that the rockets would barely pass for members of the team, as it further provides evidence for my headcanon that Giovanni hired Jesse through an obligation to his mother.
There you go, got a breath break there.
James for an easy ransom if they were strapped for cash, and Meowth as a collector's item, and he just lumped them together for easier management. But yeah, Brutella's together for easier management. But yeah, Brutella's long lost cousin, who took a slightly different approach to crime, is all.
Yeah, I might cut that out later because we'll do basically the same joke twice, but we'll see.
The crime is all. Oh, this is wonderful.
What was wrong with the humans talking in the Bayformers movie? No. I'm just saying, like, it got a bit obnoxious. I'm humorously overcorrecting by the fact that, like, I feel like Transformers movies should have, like, one token human, like a Muppets movie. I feel like there were just too many people and they all talk too much. It should be all about the Transformers. Yeah.
Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse in a
Well, also, like, didn't the third movie have, like, this kind of weird office plot, this weird kind of office comedy plot in the middle of the Transformers movie, and it kind of didn't make sense.
Crime is all. Oh, this is wonderful. Do a squeaky team there. This is one.
There we go. I don't like those glitches. I might need to switch the USB port at some point. Yeah. Humans, because they view them as the only way audiences will see the Transformers and view the robots as a comic relief. That's it. That's so annoying. But they look like people. That's the whole point. If they didn't look... I would understand if the Transformers didn't look like people, but they look like people.
Crime is all. Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse.
No.
This is wonderful. Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jesse.
There we go. Getting some nasty glitches. I need to switch the USB port later.
Oh, this is wonderful. Not only to see Jessie in a stylish new do, I honestly think she should try out more often, but it's also a fantastic premise.
Nah, the first one was fine.
What do you do when your central identity is taken from you?
I wonder if I should do like a gag there of that bit from Phineas and Ferb where Candace is like, then who is was it? If the boys can't be busted, then who is Candace?
From you. I also love that Giovanni apparently.
It's one of my favorite lines from the entire series. Was just that favorite moments from the entire series is, but then who is Candace? I'm gonna take a quick look at this again. Who is Candace?
No, no, oh, darn it, no, I don't want to know about... I don't want to learn about Candace Owens. I know too much about Candace Owens already. Let's see. No. No. I'll have to look it up some other time. No. I can't find the clip, but I know which episode it's in, so I'll just watch it another time.
Hates me out enough to set up a custom flash animation to play when his number is punched into this system. Plus some...
No, another Bayback. I don't know, man.
I also love the Giovanni apparently...
Why would they bring Bay back, though? It's like, yes, that made bank, but there was... he also made the flops, too. It's weird. I would have thought they'd bring Travis Knight back for another after Bumblebee did pretty well. Because Bumblebee did pretty well, didn't it? I can't remember.
Hates me out enough to set up a custom flash animation to play when his number is punched into the system.
The problem is that Bay is incredibly good at visuals. He is. Like, you can say anything else about the guy, and people have, and people should, but like Zack Snyder, he is very good at visuals. He is the Zen master of jangling keys. He has a genuine talent for interesting and amazing visuals. Even though, like, yeah, sometimes it works against him, though. Sometimes it just keeps going and going and going, and you get completely desensitized for it because the movies go on too long. But yeah, like, from moment to moment.
I also love that Giovanni apparently hates Meowth enough to set up a custom flash...
Yeah, not a good director at editing, yeah.
...animation to play when his number is punched into the system. Plus some more... punched into the system. Plus some more juicy logistics talk as a treat. As a treat. Set up a custom flash animation to play when his number is punched into the system. Plus some more juicy logistics talk as a treat.
We've done nothing and we're out of ideas. Seems like I have a weird amount of crossover with my base. It's like my base is mostly Pokemon, but they seem to have a lot. There seems to be a lot of crossover with Transformers. Maybe if Hasbro wasn't such horrendous content devourers, then I'd be tempted to do like a Pokemon journey about Transformers just to see what it was. Just kind of do it like a Pokemon journey. But yeah, it's too risky.
Talk as a treat.
I mean, maybe I could do it on Patreon, but I've got the Pokemon too. I'd have to get into a real like manufacturing groove, and I'm trying to do that now. But we'll see how it continues.
A kind of retirement fund? Geez, a crime organization ripping off its own members with hidden redundant fees. It's commitment to the bit. I'll give it that.
Yeah, because like,
it's commitment to the bit. I'll give it. It's to the bit. I'll give it that. It's commitment to the bit. I'll give it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think you can hear the T's all right there. Oh well, it's good that the TF1 guy's coming back.
So our rocket. So our rockets decide to re-register, and we meet the most evil member of Team Rocket yet. Our rocket. So our rockets decide to re-register, and then we meet the most evil member of Team Rocket yet.
Wendy from HR.
I'm not saying
I should have said to be clear there. Okay, yeah.
I'm not saying human resources are inherently bad. I'm just saying 99.9% of the time they exist solely to protect the company rather than the individuals. So unions usually do a much better job of protecting workers' rights, and I'm guessing Team Rocket doesn't have a workers' union. And I'm workers' rights and workers' rights, and I'm guessing Team Rocket doesn't have a workers' union? Although it'd be hilarious and inspired if they actually did.
I know. They wish there was a way to present the lawyers what the plan is. It's like, yes, we won't sue you. Do you know that's all I ever wanted from ShowPro? It's just kind of like, hey, I want to talk about it. What do you want from me? Like, do you want me to not show any visuals? Do you still want me to promote you? That was the main thing, is that I really wanted to talk to them. But the problem is that, especially for a creator as small as I am, it's just, well, look, if Toei won't play nice or even talk to Team 4-Star, there's no way that ShowPro would talk to me. So yeah, it's just seems like it's an easy fix, but just companies are too stuck in their ways. Especially Japanese companies. I mean, that's the whole stereotype, that Japanese companies are set in their ways, that they still use faxes and so forth. But apparently China's a bit better for that now, weirdly.
I don't know if I should do like a Wilhelm scream there or not. I'll just do one just in case. Dead. Fired if they actually did.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of I think I could have done a slightly better one than that, but that'll do fine. To prove the Babe movies weren't a fluke after TF the Last Night bombed both ways. I thought most of the Marky Mark ones bombed after like after the first Marky Mark. The other two didn't really work. Were pretty badly received. Yeah.
No, but my mom's going to kill me. No, but my mother's... No, no, but my mom's going to kill me.
No, I think this one's better. Yeah.
No, but my mother's going to kill me.
There we go.
See, Laura.
You know what's kind of fun though is that there's a weird kind of connection to Suede with the Transformers universe as well, because my avatar, the one that's talking right now, the PNG tuber one that I use in my videos, was created by M. Cypher, who's apparently, like, you know, done quite a few Transformers comics. Even wrote a few things as well. So yeah.
Jesse Lore, everyone, this is not a drill. Forevermore, I will implore to know the score on Jesse Lore. Let's go!
So it's funny that I have an avatar drawn by someone who specializes in Transformers. Ah yes, good vibrations.
Go! Not too much on the surface, but...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, it wasn't just The Last Night that bombed, it was also... like... yeah. So yeah. Wait, I thought Marky Mark did 3 movies. I'm getting worse. Whatever. Yeah, he did do 3 movies. He did Age of Extinction Last Night, and there was a third one.
Not too much on the surface, but remember that the Team Rocket Academy won't actually show up until Halloween, so technically this is its first appearance, which is pretty awesome.
Could have sworn he did 3 movies, but maybe I'm just lumping in Rise of the Beasts, even though that's not a Marky Mark one, which is pretty awesome.
I also love the fact that they put a petty grudge-holding brat in...
Yeah, weird. He only did 2. Well, good for him, but yeah, last night. Last night.
That's good characterization.
Last night he let the liquor talk. Yeah.
I also love the fact that they put a petty grudge-holding brat in charge of HR. That's good characterization. I also love that they...
Weirdly, it's not the one that has the bizarre side tangent about underage dating laws. That's not the one that bombed. Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. I also love that they put a petty grudge-holding...
If you have any Transformers toys from the gen you want to cover, do test video, which is you playing with them for an episode's plot. That could work. Oh, although could Hasbro still hit me for like playing with the toys? That's still their technically intellectual property, wouldn't it? Yeah. Weird. That's okay. Nobody wants to watch The Last Night, except for seeing Anthony Hopkins just go completely nuts.
A petty grudge-holding brat in charge of HR. That's good characterization humor. So then Wendy's like...
Okay, it's getting close to 11:30, so I will Wow, that was what?
Take a break
9
at-
zeros?
I'll take a break at
Adjusting for
11:30.
yen and inflation, that's around 7 to 8. So then Wendy's like, adjusting for yen and inflation, that of HR, that's good characterization humor. So then Wendy's like, wow, that was what? 9 zeros?
How about
Adjusting
there?
for yen and inflation, that's around 7 to 8.
What? That age gap scene was because it was a complaint for test groups. That was the fix. You could just say that they're the same age. That's been a thing in movies for ages. Just to have someone who looks a bit too old. It's like, oh, he's the JoJo thing. He's 16, but he looks 25. I know it's like you don't have to like put in a big explanation. You just say. You just change his age. You just say that he's the same age as her. That's it. Boom. Or you say that she's the same age as him. Nobody cares in a movie, and some teenagers look old and some grown-up people look young. You just say they're the same age. What are they doing?
That was what? 9 zeros? Adjusting for...
Yeah, again, just say they're the same age. That's all you need to do.
$1 million today. Dollars today. Mind you, when we consider that they wrecked Pokemon...
Mind you, it is probably the most memorable scene in the movie, let's be honest.
Adjusting for yen and inflation, that... Mind you, when we...
If in the there's no such thing as bad press thing, I guess it worked.
Zeros. Adjusting for yen and inflation, that's around $7 to $8 million today. Mind you, when we consider that they wrecked Pokemon Land, the Viridian Gym, and like 25 giant mechs, it actually seems surprisingly lenient.
There we go.
Speaking of... Come on. Come on, boss. You know that we've... I'll just do a regular voice, maybe a bit higher. Come on, boss. You know we've been hemorrhaging...
That'll work, yeah. Slightly higher. There we go.
Come on, boss.
It's really... I mean, like... Sort of like maybe people would have gotten a couple of chuckles if the ADR was super obvious. He's like, so you know, it's like she is 18 and I'm allowed to date her, but it's like,
plus, you know, we've been hemorrhaging
it's weird.
funds, especially that Raikou. Come on, boss. Come on, boss. You know we've been hemorrhaging funds, especially since that Raikou boondoggle. So even if we need more staff, what exactly? So even if we do need more staff... So even if we do need more staff, what exactly do the... What exactly do they do?
I need to put that in. One of the most effective running gags.
Come on, boss. You know we've been hemorrhaging funds, especially since that Raikou boondoggle. So even if we need more staff, what exactly...
I actually think I don't need to add that bit at the front. I think I can just do that.
What exactly do they do? Did you even see the flying baseball stadium? Yeah.
Yeah, test video to see if the attorneys are summoned. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get like Gen 1 toys without paying up, but there's lots of like sort of throwback Gen 1 toys that aren't too hard to get a hold of, but yeah. Well, what's it called? I guess it's Let Them Fight, because like Michael Bay, from what I've heard, isn't the greatest guy ever, and TJ Miller's got all those allegations, so... At the very least, yeah, the enemy of my enemy is still my enemy, but it's nice to watch them fight. It's funny how both of you did like the super... both of you did the... It's funny how both of you did the thing about TJ Miller at the same time, except slight variations.
Baseball stadium? Yes, I saw the flying baseball stadium. Look, get it, but Jessie is the playing baseball stadium. Look, I get it, but Jessie is the daughter of my mother's favorite. James is an easy ransom if it gets really bad, and Meowth is funny. But if they continue to renege on their debt, it's funny. Stadium? Yes, I saw the flying baseball stadium. They continue to renege on their depths. Depths. I actually said depths. That's weird.
Well, why do we spell a D? Why do we spell a dip? Dit? Why do we spell a dipped if we're not meant to say it dipped? What? That's what I want to know.
Meowth is funny, but if they continue to renege on their debts, I can finally switch from managing human resources into making humans resources. Into making humans resources.
I actually think that fits. I think I actually got that. Let me
debts. I can finally switch from.
Let's take a look.
Continue to renege on their debts. I can finally switch from managing human resources into making humans resources. I can finally.
I did so many takes on that, and I might not have needed to.
Yes, quite. What? Yes, quite. Into making humans resources.
That might work better. Let me check.
Resources into making humans resources.
I think that. Hang on, let's see.
Human resources into.
Let's see if I can make that a smooth transition. If I can, I'll keep it.
Human resources.
See if I can smooth that in there.
Into making
maybe. Let's see.
Human resources into making humans resources.
That doesn't quite work. No, that's fine.
To making humans resources. Yes, quite. What were you saying about a? Yes, quite. What was that you were saying about?
Well, the problem with the last night as well is that it started to really go down the Resident Evil movies route, where it was just contradicting everything that it said in the previous movies. Well, or contradicting a lot of things that it said in the previous movies, while also doing callbacks to the previous movies. That was very Resident Evil.
Resources? Yes, quite. What was that you were saying about a fast food chain, Wendy?
It was like they were daring you to, just like the Resident Evil movies were kind of daring you to say, "We dare you to care about the continuity. Come on, we'll drop continuity and then we'll contradict it. You still gonna care about it? Are you, punk?"
Food chain, Wendy. Yes, quite. What were you saying about a fast food chain, Wendy? What was that you were saying about a fast food chain, Wendy? Yes, quite. What were you saying about a fast food chain, Wendy?
First one was better. Okay. All right, it's 11:30. That means we can do let's do a bit of XCOM. Let's at least do a battle. Okay. Where's the? Okay, put it on. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. All right. All right. So let's see. Sometimes you just have to take what you can get, and I want to be able to use you guys. So this one's Gojira Gon lives in South Africa now. Gojira Gon. Let's see.
Commander.
Are you just?
Solid affirmative.
Let's see. Still can't believe they just have Guile just randomly there. I don't know, like if you've got Gojira in your name, you need to at least have some green in there. Oh no, blue for the thing, yeah. It's number 4, was it? No, it would be number. It wasn't 32. It was. Yeah, there we go. 24. Gotta remember 24. Or is there a better one? I'm pretty sure. Oh no, wait. Sorry, it was. Yeah, 13 probably works better. Yep. Okay. Now I think there was one which was. There we go. Lillian Johansson. Well, okay. Then you will be Daniela. Because of the... I'm sorry, the Lars in your name. I had to go for the Sweden, but yeah, you can't change the gender, so I'm afraid you're Daniela. Maybe it's your daughter. That's it. That's it. And then we need Armored Guardian. Let's see. Pilgrim. Okay, yep. Armored Guardian is British. We'll call you Amara. Guardsman. Let's there we go. Amara. There's there is a last name with guard in the title. I'm trying to remember what it is. Let's see. Guardian? No, there. I'm sure there's a. There's a surname with guard in the title. I'll just put Vanguard. Amara Vanguard. It sounds very anime, but it works. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, they stole the Suicide Squad things. I'm just going to go for 13. That's right. Okay, there we go. Oh, Wingard. Wingard works. Yes, that'll work. There we go. So, Maris. Okay. I guess we'll go for, let's see. Ernesto. Okay. Alright, customize. We got, let's see. Maris. Then Tuan Leto. Tuan Leto. That's it. I'm sorry if you are not Mexican, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles at the moment. It's not really you. It's just a person. It's just a person that's named after you. Let's see. Doesn't represent you specifically, just a person that's named after you. Got an Irish Mexican there. It has I in it. Oh, whoops. Oh, sorry. Tuanileto. That's it. There we go. Tolerance to hot spices. Alright, let's see. Okay. Again, this is not a representative of you. This is only a representative of your... This is not a representative of you. This is only a character that is named after you. So, let's see. We're going to go Judica. Let's see. That's right. And Verdant Range always comes in every now and again. So, we'll name this one after him. Where's the customize? Let's see. Verdania. Verdana. That's it. Firm. And then Ranger. Verdana Ranger. Yeah, that works. Okay. But the hair has to be green though, because he's always green.
Really? The only green you can do is that fluorescent green? Why not? Okay. Alright. Just, Alright. Oh, your real name starts with a J. Ah, well, too bad. It's too late now. Well, if that's the case, hold on a second, where are you? Your real name starts with a J. You are now Joe Gira. There we go. Ah, a Finnish poem. That's cool. That's it. Alright. And we can do, let's see, is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Oh, except for Ella Fontaine and Holly Wilson. Okay, this is me. because this is a bit of a self-parody here, because she couldn't, not only is she Australian, but she also couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, which kind of fits for me. And I'm also support, which is how I usually play multiplayer games. So, let's see. Her nickname will be Suede, so she'll be Wilhelmina? Willie? No, well... Wendy? I know Wilhelmina's a real name, so we'll just go for Mina. I just don't like how Wilhelmina sounds. So, yeah. And then Dufresne. And then we'll give the nickname of Suede later on, unless you can't change that. Then let's see. Okay, but she gets the hat though, and she has purple hair. There it is. Hot dang. I think 13 would be better actually. There we go. Oh, Sue could work. Yeah, Sue Dufresne. That sounds like that I want you to sue me. That won't work. Alright. Let's just... yeah, works anyway. Okay. Last one would be Ella Fontaine, who's... let's see. Sokolov we can get back in later. Let's see. Let's see. We don't really have many more other people. I'll wait for now. So she can continue to be Ella Fontaine for the moment. Let's go. I thought I was Irish because I could hear a twang. No, I mean, I might be able to put on like a broad Irish accent, but I don't think I could actually do a one that would pass for any Irish person. No. I have a very weird accent, even for New Zealand. Okay, yep, so we've done that. We did the officer training school, technical upgrades, few soldiers. Okay, we're fine. Let's just do this. Where's the... let's do one mission and then we'll get back to work. Which is... oh, okay, we go all the way back to the mission control. Here we go. There's the alien abductions. Into Russia, to be Egypt... to Mexico. No, we want some scientists. Or engineers. Or... do we want faster research or faster building? I want faster research. Let's go to Egypt. Rookie gone. Dufresne. Fontaine. See, do we want... we should probably have a sniper on us. Let's see, or... it's Pilgrim. Yeah, we'll keep Fontaine for now. She's just kind of hanging out. Officer training school, so we'll increase the squad size later. Okay, we need to have at least 2 specialists and 2 that we're kind of training up. Alright.
Dropship has arrived.
Begin assault. No, if I'm any kind of European, I'd have a tiny bit of Welsh, but that's just because of my grammar. Yeah. Let's see. Begin assault.
We're dropping you just inside the Egyptian border. Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities.
Okay.
Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
Ah, yes, panic. Feel like the Phantom Thieves now. If panic sounds like a quantifiable resource there. I love my hat. Just this random hat.
This is Big Sky. Strike team is touching down now. Standing by for your orders.
Okay.
Roger, Big Sky. Reading you 5 by 5. Strike 1 has the green light for deployment.
What do a 5 by 5 means? It's like all clear on all 5 senses, I guess would be the way. Alright, let's go. Always kind of skip ahead a little bit. No. Let's see. I'm just the worst at hitting things, so I'll stay in support mode. But I'll keep Overwatch on for a second. Let's see. Just as suppressing fire, even though I probably wouldn't be able to hit anything. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the sniper here. We want the sniper to hang back as much as possible, or at least try to get up the onto the roof. So we'll just. Whoa, hang on. Ah, screw that door. I did not. That was a slip of the mouse. Well, we found the meld canister at least. That's something. But yeah, screw that door in particular. All right, I guess we're dashing. And we'll keep this guy over here. That way I can at least help with support. Oh no, another one over there. Dang it. There's no way I can reach that in time. Oh no, I could reach it in time, but... Oh, do I risk it? You gotta risk it for the melted biscuit. Okay, yep, I can grab that next time. And no aliens around at this point. Alright, Ella, we'll want you to kind of watch their 6, so we'll keep the...
Stepping off.
We'll keep you on Overwatch around here. Oh, dang it, that was a dash. Ah, silly. And you're going to be the grunt, big guy. Jogira, you're going to be the grunt. So, let's just get you tanking bullets over here. Ah, not so loud. There was a door right there. You could have used the door. Okay, and then Suede will come back to help out once she's picked up the meld. All right. Let's go for it. Okay, but I'll put him on Overwatch just to be safe. Monsters. No! What are you doing?
What was that?
Okay, is that just a sound? Okay. I'll go on this side.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Time to gather.
Got the goods.
Yeah. She's got the goods. Alright. Okay, it sounds like they're coming from over in that direction, so we want to just... Want to be safe, though, so... That's not the sniper. Oh, yeah, that is the sniper. So best thing to do would be to
Heading there now.
get some coverage over in this direction. It's fine. Then some Overwatch, which would be extra useful with the I'm not talking about firing the weapon. I'm talking about Overwatch. Oh, okay. I had to dash. That's annoying. Then I guess I'll hunker down. Okay. Now you there. Oh no! You've become our canary in the coal mine, Jogira. Oh no. That means that they've spotted us, I think. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Jogira, you couldn't even press a button. Come on, man. Okay, so there's critters coming from over there, so I'll hunker down over here and use the Overwatch. Next time, please press the button when I tell you to and not just gonna move off to the side and get out into the middle of nowhere. No, you're gonna get killed. Oh no, he's aiming for me. Nice. Good job. Well done, you Scottish lug. Well done, Jogira. You have earned back my respect. Pray you do not lose it further.
Okay. Well, now maybe... Okay, we want to keep the snipers around here. I know there's another... There's a sectoid deceased over there, so maybe I can... Yeah, let's head over here and do some Overwatch. Because there's a critter over there, so we'll just put you on over... Oh, cannot move and fire this weapon at the same time. Okay. Because it's a... I'm not seeing the other critter. Weird. Okay, well I'll just hunker down then. Okay, now actually... Flippin'... Grab the meld, please. Thank you. You're able to now. Okay, so we know they're around here, so we'll leave it for the moment. We'll keep it on Overwatch for now. It has to be... That's right, Overwatch has to be small arms. Unless you want to, like, use up your movement for it. Okay, I know that there's some more critters over this side, so we'll... I guess we'll move forward bit by bit here.
I'm on the move.
Let's see, Overwatch, yes sir. Who's next? Okay, so they're over in that direction, that kind of works. Ah yes, they have shown their faces. They're little grey heads. Oh come on! Oh wow! That's like the best shot ever. You better get a sniper. You better get a sniper, Griffin. Come on. Griffin, you suck. Oh, not Griffin. No, yeah, keep forgetting which one's which. Keep getting the two of them mixed up. Okay, that's a dash. We don't want to do that. So we'll hunker down over here. Now there's one over there. So what's the 30%? Nah, let's frag him. Can we frag him? Looks like it's gonna hit him. Let's try it. I'm curious. Are you better at throwing than you are at firing? No, you're not. You are useless at everything. Ugh. Okay. Ella hit him with a headshot. 55%. Oh, that's a tricky one. Or I could overwatch them. What's the headshot like? It's still 55%, but it's also 55% critical. Should I overwatch him or frag him? 55. Okay, let's flip the coin. Oh, come on!
Target's still up.
I'm aware, because I can see it still standing. Okay, well, you then. Go, yeah, that's it. Go, Jogira is not doing well. Okay, but this should help redeem you.
Eat this.
Eat this. That's better. Hey, you got a promotion for that somehow. Wait, you got a promotion, but Griffin hasn't? Come on. Griffin's the one who's been clutching with all these amazing shots. Okay. We're gonna get over there. Why can't you be more like Griffin, good Shogira? Okay, over here. See if you can pull off another amazing Overwatch move. What are you doing over there? Ow, we have to follow them? That's annoying. Don't want to chase. But I guess if I have to. Fingers crossed I can kind of... Whoa, geez, there's two of them. Serves me right. Jeez. Not the best idea. Hopefully we can get a bit more coverage from this side. How are we gonna... I'm just worried that those two critters are gonna hit me real hard. Even very hard. Let's see. Well, let's... Since they're over there, let's try and get some better... What is with this? Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, Jogira, I'm counting on you to watch over everyone else. Now, Pilgrim, you're doing good. You're doing fine. You just keep doing what you do best.
Already there.
Great.
Incoming fire.
Dodges too. Okay. Yay! At least I missed. At least they missed me. Jeez.
X-rays coming in from the side.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a flesh wound. I'll be doing all right. Okay. Let's kind of. Let's see. Let's go up here. Guard against this lot. They didn't put them on Overwatch. How's the 63? Oh, but oh, Suede has such bad. I can do a smoke grenade, which does protection, but okay. Here's your chance to redeem yourself, Suede. You redeemed yourself! Yay! That's so good that when there's a redemption arc. Okay, so we have. Don't have anything yet. Okay, well then I guess I'll just move ahead a bit more. How you doing over there, Gone? Okay, so we need to focus in on them over there, so get some good cover in this way. Alright, Pilgrim, you're up. Sound like John Wayne there. Alright, Pilgrim, you're ready to go. Can you frag him from there, Pilgrim? Alright, do you think you can bring the walls down? Let's see you do your thing. Go on, Pilgrim. My gosh, you're unstoppable. What a machine. Griffin's just going to be part of our is going to be part of the regular rotation with the way he's proving his worth. Let's see. How are we for half and half? You've done well before. Or shall we just overwatch it? Half and half. No, overwatch it. I don't trust myself as much. Alright, Fontaine. We might rename you later, but let's go. Gone. Where's your... Ah, here we go. If we can get you over there, then we can at least get you to take a pot shot over there. And hopefully flush them out so that the Overwatch can work. 45%? Okay, let's see how you... See how you do, Gone. Dang it, Gone. You'll get there eventually. Okay.
Let's do this.
Ah! Did you hit? You did? Oh, okay, yeah. For some reason it didn't look like it hit. Looks like you're gonna have to get some... No! Oh, no! You died as you lived. Useless. Oh no, he's panicked? It's okay. No, wait, no, that was Gone. We don't want you to die. Ah, Pilgrim was the good one. You were one of the best. How did I keep getting Gone and Pilgrim mixed up? Well, is there a way that I can... Nope, deceased. Wow, you did so well. Alright. No problem. It's nice to see you, Armored Guardian. Isn't that just the way of the world? Only the good die young.
Mission accomplished.
Go ahead and kill me twice in 2 games. It's okay, your brother will take over.
Commander, to the Situation Room. Commander, to the
Well, no, your
Situation
cousin
Room.
Pilgrim Griffin will be able to avenge your failed family members. Okay, okay, yeah. And Gone got the flippin' Jogira got the promotion even though he did worse. Now here we go. Hard to mess up a rocket launcher. Let's see if you can do well here. Ah man, I got 4 days wounded. That's alright. New middle,
Commander
yay.
to the Situation Room. Commander
Special.
to the Situation Room.
Ooh, okay. Visit the barracks to designate a special capability for the middle. That's cool. I'll do that later. Got 20 meld and a sectoid corpse. A lab, yes please. Panic has increased across North America. Oh well, what's new? Same with Europe.
We'll be in touch, Commander.
Okay.
You can now honor our soldiers by awarding them medals for accomplishments you deem appropriate. You can view and award medals in the barracks.
Can I award medals that are inappropriate? The Urban Combat Badge. I'll call it this one the... Was it, what's the power? 5 defense or 5+ aim against enemies in full cover. Yeah, that works out well because Griffin did amazing in like...
Commander to the Situation Room.
Because Griffin did that amazing shot from cover and shot through it and got that alien. So we will rename it the was it the Griffin badge of sure shot. Not sure shot. The
Commander to the Situation Room.
I'll say like
Situation
no, I'll call it Order of the Griffin. That works. That works better. Order of the Griffin. There we go. Mr. Shadow John Bailey, yay! Okay. So yeah. And who did well? Elafontaine was alright, but
Commander to the Situation Room.
I'll wait till someone earns it, I think. Also got I've got Order of the Griffin, but I've also got a Defender's Medal. Let's take a look. Never Panic. Okay. And medkits heal 2 more when used. Okay, that's a good supporters one. So we'll call this one the so this one's the supporters. So I'll call it the darn it. The Order of Mercy. After Overwatch, considering we've been using Overwatch so often. That's it. Don't worry, Griffin. Your cousin. We're gonna hire your cousin. Hold on a second. Any new ones? Let's see. Danielle knows. Jeff Murray's not there. Not a new one, so we'll name him. So this guy will be. Let's see. Let's see. Pilgy Griffin. Let's see. Let's see. No, it should be just no. Let's just do Pilgrim Griffin. And then if you die, you'll get the Order of the Pilgrim. You will avenge your Scottish comrade.
Commander to the Situation Room.
See, I like the white here on it. There we go. Maybe it's maybe you're like your uncle. It's like my nephew died and I've come to revenge him. All right. All right. And let me just quickly get the build and buy. Oh, that's right. Build facilities. Oh no, I don't want items. I've got the want to build facilities, please. Need to excavate it. That's annoying. Alright, excavate for $10. 5 days? Come on. We need that science lab.
I appreciate your efforts to support the research team, Commander. I've already put the new recruits to work in the lab.
To the Situation Room.
Okay, well that's good. 5 days, that's good. That makes it go by fast. That's good. Barracks. View the memorial. Griffin Pilgrim, you're a good soldier. You could have gone further. Would have gone further, I should say. Alright.
Every member of the council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
Ah, right, we don't want to panic people, right? Let's see, view the grey market. Sell recovered to the council members' nation.
Several members of the council have expressed an interest in acquiring some of the artifacts we've recovered. However, we should be careful in choosing what items we release. The research team may not have discovered their true value yet.
Alright. Good to keep in mind. No more requests. That's fine. Alright, well let's go to the situation room and we'll see what's next. Let's scan them.
Contact detected.
Oh, Constantine's back. Oh, okay. Scramble interceptors. Avalanche missiles. Let's do the Raven 1. Scramble, scramble! Well, there you go, it's your grandpa, yeah. You died and your grandpa's gone to avenge his grandson. That's Pilgrim Griffin. Will he get him?
We have eyes on the bandit.
Alright. Do I have to do like a... Ow. Come on, you can do it. Yay, you shut down the UFO. Oh no, we have to...
Central, this is Voodoo
Heavy damage,
07.
but yay.
Confirmed kill on bogey 001. I repeat, the UFO is down. I'll copy, over.
Solid copy, Voodoo 37. Nice work. Central out. Alright, people. Retask Recon Satellite Bravo and get me a visual on that crash site.
Alright.
She's coming into range now, sir.
On screen. Magnify.
It's a cloud, sir. Ah, so can we make...
one piece. Commander.
Are we gonna Independence Day this and make our own version? That'd be cool. Yay. What's this? Okay, the crash site's in the Sky Ranger. Alright, so that'll be the next thing. We'll do that next time. Let's see. Okay, we got the heavy now. We've got an assault, which is really good. So we probably don't need the sniper at this point, so we want to get more rookies involved here. So we'll clear that unit, and we'll add, what's, Amara Wingard. Oh no, they're already there. So let's go for Gabriela Rivera, Daniela Lars, here we go. Kind of do that if you get enough stuff. That's cool. Okay, can we get the loadout? Can we get like a... Yeah, we'll get one med kit. Just want to be careful there. And then... I mean, it makes sense that the one with the cross would have the healing factor. Okay, we got a assault and a heavy, dang. Alright. Oh, that's right, I need to... Soldier, why are you out of your scrubs? Oh, I've done it wrong, but... 13, dang it. Okay, then edit, customize, 13, oh dang it. There we go. Oh, that's Constantine. Let's see, I can't think of much else. Oh, let's see. Now we'll keep Constantine for now until we have another character, until I have another person to name it after. Right. Yep, that's cool, but for now we will save and quit. We will do the crash site next time. For now we need to finish finish off the stream. Okay. Oh wait, hang on. Let me just save just in case. Wow, March 15th, 2015. My gosh, that was a long time ago. I'm curious about where that went, but yeah, I'll just do an empty slot. Yeah, there we go. Game 2. Wait, that still says 2015. Oh no, is that just when it's set? Oh, my bad. Alright. Oh yeah, it's up in the corner. There's the 2025 and the yep. Wait. Yeah, 2025 and 2026. There we go. Alright, back to work. Jogira is heavy. Jogira have sandwich. It's true. No, go to lunch. Oh. It's a tricky one, actually. It's usually it's either noodles or it's either leftovers, noodles, or, and so it could be pretty much anything. But yeah, honestly, I guess like if I have nothing else, I usually just do some toast with American peanut butter. In New Zealand, hang on a second. In New Zealand, we have two different kinds of peanut butter. We have regular peanut butter and we have American peanut butter. American style peanut butter. American style peanut butter is obviously a lot sweeter and a much more smooth consistency. Whereas regular peanut butter is just salted. It doesn't have like sugar or anything in it. But I can't get enough of the American peanut butter. So yeah, usually just some American peanut butter toast. Because I really don't want to make more dishes. Let's see. I think there might be a couple of others, but yeah, I'll think about it. Properties, there we go. It's now editing, not recording. Okay, and we'll keep going until the top of the next hour. Here we go. Put the music back on. Not noodles. Yeah, noodles like instant ramen. Yeah, sorry, that's what we. Yeah, if you say in New Zealand, at least, if you say noodles, that means ramen. Or well, it means noodles. It means like Asian noodles. Whereas if you say, yeah, it's either pasta, which is Italian style, and then there's noodles, which is always Asian noodles, basically. Yeah. Yeah. No. I get the fancy noodles. I do the ones that are actually like the imported ones from Japan, where like it's actually got decent flavors and stuff to it. It's not like that sort of instant beef noodles that they do at the store.
Saying about a fast food chain, Wendy.
I'm not quite that desperate.
But even with the.
But most of the time, it's just leftovers from the night before. Actually, I make a pretty good Japanese curry, actually, which is always a good lunch.
Go ahead, given the rockets still need to pass one final exam, and you'll never. Wendy. But even with the go-ahead given, the rockets still need to pass one final exam, and you'll never guess what it is, or what the odds of it are, or what odds of it are.
That one's been. Let's see if I can get the sound editing done by the end of the shift.
They're also unbeatable with a super high-tech weapon. Remember when we tried to kill him with a giant flamethrower in the shape of... Remember when we tried to... They're also unbeatable with a super high-tech weapon.
Yeah, the highlights always take the longest. Once we get to trivia and thoughts,
remember when we tried to kill him with a giant flamethrower in the shape of a grasshopper?
My instant noodles usually get them from an Asian grocery store by the house. Yeah. Yeah, you get the good. You get the proper stuff. Sometimes Western instant ramen can work, but it's really hard to find it.
Oh, you're the reason for the "Do not attempt to kill children on live TV" warning in the 4th edition of the Rocket Handbook. In the shape of a grasshopper? Oh, you're...
Yeah, I need to have that one interrupt. There we go.
Flamethrower in the shape of a grasshopper? Oh, you're the reason.
Having an Asian grocery store nearby is always really nice. You know what's kind of interesting is that yeah, they have kind of a different sort of culture surrounding groceries, at least from what I've heard from like YouTubers who live in Japan and stuff, where like for most Western places you do a big shopping trip at the beginning of the month and then use the food, and the idea is to use the food throughout the week. Whereas in like Asian countries like Japan, you go to the grocery store during the day, you pick up the ingredients and then you cook them on the same day. That does work for being like more fresh, but it does also mean that like you have to plan around the grocery trips every day.
Edition of the Rocket Handbook. It did seem somewhat legally specific.
Why did I make her sound like a sound like that?
Handbook.
Well, why did I make her sound like a less rough Harvey Firestein?
Legally specific. It did seem somewhat legally specific.
Yeah,
Remember that if there's a weird rule in your workplace, it's because of something that happened.
Specific. Boy, what an amazing adventure that was. Always wondered.
There we go.
Boy, what an amazing adventure that was. Always wondered what the GS ball was for.
I know, that kind of well-structured peril only comes around once every few seasons of the year.
There we go.
The ball was for.
I know, that kind of well-structured peril only... of the year.
And your dad was... and your dad was such a good sport, Ash. I know, right? Oh, hi, Team Rocket.
A few seasons of the year.
And your dad was such a good sport, Ash. I know, right? Oh, hi, Team Rocket.
It's the one thing I'm like... I kind of get it at the same time. It's like it'd never live up to the hype, but I still wish that Ash saw his dad at the very last episode.
Right? Oh, hi, Team Rocket.
No.
And now we need to prove our worth, or we'll graduate to the other meaning of it.
Whether he was a whether he was a deadbeat or a nice guy, I don't care. I just wish we could have at least seen his dad.
And now we need to prove our worth.
Or at least confirm that he's dead.
And now we need to prove our worth, or we'll graduate to the other meaning of the...
There we go. Bit more of a gap there.
And now we need to prove our worth, or we'll graduate to the other meaning of expired. And I'd do a... Man, I'd do a gag here, but I just feel bad that they didn't go with Team Jet's a bunch of snobs and Team Sharks full up, you know? Team Jet's a bunch... go with Team Jet's a bunch... Team...
There we go.
Team Jet is a bunch of snobs and Team Sharks full up, you know, as a West Side Story reference. But I get they wanted to go with the aerial transport motif. Even then they should have gone... Mind you, even then they should have gone with Team Concorde isn't sustainable and Team Boeing keeps falling apart. But it's too early for that as well. But it's too early. Falling apart.
That one I feel like that one's a bit too rambly. Maybe.
But
I'll see.
it's too early for that as
might,
well.
Might cut that later.
That as well.
It's always good to just have it set up
But
anyway.
still, fun to see a time before other teams were known about. Nowadays it would have been... But still, it's fun. Now,
Team Plasma are weird.
Nowadays it would have been...
Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of...
Plasma are weirdos is a weird thing to say. Okay.
Team Plasma are weird...
Needs to be Jesse because they've got the lip flaps.
Nowadays it would have been...
Team Plasma are weirdos and Team Flare are a bunch of snobs.
Even like a call from him, even if we didn't see him. So yeah. That would be fun. Oh, it'd be so funny if like it's like I'd almost respect it if in Pokemon Horizons we meet Ash's dad, and like Ash just never meets his dad, but we meet him. We meet him in Horizons. It's just like Mr. Ketchum.
And then James, of course, and then snobs. And then James, of course, does the best line of the episode. And then they fight with Delhi.
Okay, that one's gonna need to be re-recorded. Ugh. Curse the bad connection. I'll get there. I'll be more careful next time.
And then they fight with Delibird. And then they fight with Delibird to some fun gags. Okay, but don't look at it too close. We have bad experience. Gags.
That one I feel I might be a bit bloaty.
Okay, but don't look at it too close. We have bad experiences with flashing lights. Wow, I think that's the first time Ash has called the Pokedex. Wow, I think that's the first time Ash has called the Pokedex Dexter since early Indigo. What a weird callback.
Yeah, there we go.
Not to mention, we also see the Rockets actually exploit the twerp's recorded weakness to carpet bombing. Last seemed to...
Is there a bit of...
Last seemed to be a...
Do I have a better take?
Last seen to be action.
I don't.
Point the twerp's recorded weakness to carpet bombing.
It's okay. It's not the best, but like, yeah, it's not recorded again level.
To carpet bombing. Last seen to be actually effective in the Squirtle Squad and Pallet Park.
Yeah, they did deliberately tease his father in the last Dash movie, but that's a separate continuity. I mean, like, it's not like, oh, is it in canon? Isn't it? No. Like the I Choose You Ash movies are specifically a separate universe Ash, which can be confusing, but yeah.
Last seen to be actually effective in the Squirtle Squad and
it's an alternate history Ash.
Bombing. Last seen to be actually effective in the Squirtle Squad and Pallet Party Panic. Mind you, I think most people aren't exactly fans of being carpet bombed, and I guess being carpet bombed, and I guess Delibird must have gifted of being carpet bombed, and I guess Delibird must have gifted Pikachu a Thunderstone because Thunderstone because
Nice, good splice. There we go.
Because I do like that they clearly set it up to look like an evolution, even though there's no way in the distortion world that would actually happen. And nope, it's actually an accurate portrayal. Nope, it's actually an accurate portrayal of how the would actually happen. Nope, it's actually an accurate portrayal of how the move present works in game. And now Pikachu's fighting fit, really fit.
Yep, there's a cool shot there.
Dang, that's one of the most.
There we go.
Dang, that's one of the most gorgeous thunders I've seen in a while. Even the recruiter. Even the. A while.
Right there, so.
Even the recruiter is impressed.
Okay, bit of getting in the zone here.
Making potential employees jump through hoops even though they were. Making potential employees jump through hoops even though they were already desperate. That's too close to home nowadays. But what's Gemma? Just wait. Didn't we just say we were going to keep them on anyway? As my mother once told me, we have to fill a half hour. As my mother once told me, we have to fill a half hour.
That's a bit better, I think.
As my mother once told me, we have to fill a half hour. As my mother once told me,
yeah,
we have to fill a half hour.
That's a bit better, I think.
Told me, we have to fill a half hour.
That's good. Okay. Okay, now we're on to thoughts.
We
cool.
have to fill a half hour. Thoughts.
If I get it done, if I get the sound editing done early, I'll just set up the video, see how much we can do before we start.
That was... Shoot, I know I've only felt... This episode was... This episode was... Shoot, I know I've felt this before, but recently it's been so absent I can only barely remember the word. Fun?
There we go. It's the intro part, then the music starts here.
That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that... That's hyperbole, of course, but seriously, I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so...
Oh, darn it, that was really good. Oh, don't trail off. Finish the line.
That's hyperbole, of... That's hyperbole. I haven't had that much fun. I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so freaking long. So freaking long. I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so freaking long. Of course, but seriously,
Gotta hear the sound and see if you can figure out exactly where it fits.
But seriously, I haven't had that much fun in an episode in so freaking long.
Nice.
So freaking long. long. The animation was kinetic and full of appeal. The premise was breezy, but the stakes were still adequate. And hilarious in Wendy's. Stakes were still adequate and hilarious in Wendy's case. The jokes were fun in both the kids and parents demographics, and it gave world-building simps like me something to chew on without it taking over the narrative. Without it taking over the narrative. Chew on without it taking over the narrative. Without like me something to chew on with.
Let's see if that's better with the other line.
Chew on without it taking over the narrative.
That's a bit better.
With something to chew on with. Like me something to chew on without it taking over the narrative.
That's good. You'd be surprised how awkward it feels to pronounce all your T's, but it actually sounds pretty natural. Like without it sounds pretty natural in the actual recording usually.
Over the narrative. See, this is what. This is what people, including myself, tend to forget about Shudo. He can actually be pretty darn funny. He can actually be pretty darn funny. It seems odd, but writers who focus on
about here, I think.
It seems odd, but writers who focus on character-based narratives are usually able to understand how said character dynamics can create hilarious scenarios.
No, that one sounded bad. Let's do another take.
It seems odd, but writers who focus on character-based narratives are usually also able to understand how said character dynamics can create hilarious scenarios. Look at Noah Baumbach. I wrote Marriage Story. The guy wrote Marriage Story, but people forget he also did Barbie, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and freaking Madagascar 3.
Still can't believe Noah Baumbach did Madagascar 3. The guy who wrote Marriage Story did. Mind you, was it? You can tell that like yeah. I don't know why, but like that relentless cop chasing them just kind of feels like his work.
Madagascar 3. I love when Shudo hits it out of the park. Madagascar 3. I love it when Shudo hits it out of the park with a.
Weirdly, like, yeah, a lot of Noah's comedy movies usually involve like a relentless chase or someone chasing after them.
Go West or a Joy of Water Pokemon. 3. I love it when Shudo hits it out of the park with a Go West or a Joy of Water Pokemon, but his dramatic attempts have definitely been a bit inconsistent lately. If this was an attempt to go back to basics and just write characters you adore in a goofy slice of their lives.
Yeah, texture of the noodles is pretty, it can be, yeah. For me, it's the saltiness of the broth. If the broth is too salty, I can't handle it. It needs to be just right. I don't even like broth that much. That's why I usually go for like Indomie noodles, mee goreng, where like there's not actually broth. It's just kind of like you mix the noodles in with the sauce, and it gives it kind of a fried noodle texture. That's usually my favorite.
This was an
ramen, yeah. I like actual sort of broth ramen every now and again, but it's just so salty. That's not like I can only do it like every once in a while.
Slice of their lives.
Which is weird because the Indomie mee goreng stuff are also really salty, but because it's like sort of soy sauce and got that fried noodle feel and there's no broth, it kind of I don't know why, it's just more acceptable to my palate.
Slice of their lives. It's a real shame there's only 2 more episodes he wrote after this, as he really seems to be finding his feet again. Basics and just write characters you adore in a goofy slice of their lives. It's a real shame there's only 2 more episodes. A bit inconsistent lately. If this was an attempt to go back to basics and just write characters you adore in a goofy slice of their lives, it's a real shame there's only 2.
Dang it, I should be saying that he knocked it out of the park, so I need to find that line.
This was a slice of their lives.
Oh, there we go. It was just right there.
Slice of their lives. This was an absolute success. It's a real shame there's only 2 more episodes he wrote after this, as he really seems to be finding his feet again.
Oh yeah.
Was it, you don't like eggs? I'm guessing you mean like sort of like egg pieces or something like that? Because I'm guessing like, well, I mean, yeah. Like when eggs are in things like, cakes and stuff like that, it's like, unless you're that sensitive that you can actually taste the eggs in baking as well. But yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Unless it's used like a binding agent, yeah, like frying food or baking, yeah. I'm not a big fan of egg pieces either, but for a different reason. There's less for the less because of neurodivergence and more because I used to be highly allergic to eggs. Then I grew out of it, and now I just kind of have an intolerance for eggs. But I can still get a minor allergy flare up if I have eggs on their own, like either raw or as pieces. I'm usually okay with omelets, weirdly, but yeah, that's kind of the absolute maximum. So the rest of it, I can just have eggs as a binding agent or as or an omelette, maybe a quiche. I think I'd be okay with a quiche, but that's about the maximum, I'd say. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to live without tartar sauce, though. I love tartar sauce.
No one
it's my
does
favorite.
Team Rocket like he does, and the only real no one does Team Rocket like no one.
Hold on, I just need to quickly check my messages. That's what the tweeting was. Well, no, tweet. Obviously not a tweet, but that bird chirp, yeah. Cashews and pistachios, interesting, yeah. I never had any nut allergies. My son has a peanut allergy. Not like dangerous, but not instantly fatal allergy to peanuts. But he's okay with like almonds and pine nuts, which is quite cool. Yeah. No, it's weird that you're kind of got an intolerance to cashews, but not to peanuts. I've heard that those are very, very similar. But yeah. Let me just quickly check just see if the messages are urgent. Should be okay though. Okay, nope, that's not urgent. We can just.
No one does Team Rocket like he does, and the only real criticism I have is ow, sorry, bit my lip.
So weird when you bite your lip when you're trying to talk.
Finding his feet again. No one does Team Rocket like he does, and the only real criticism I have, aside from some uneven pacing, is only apparent in retrospect. And the only real criticism I have is...
Oh, that actually worked pretty well, so...
And the only...
I don't know.
Is introduced an absolute...
Better be those two than peanuts with how common they are. Yeah, I really feel for people with peanut allergies, including my son, because yes, yeah, because peanuts are in a lot of stuff, including like peanut oil. Yeah. Mild allergy to carrots as a baby until I suddenly... That was me with cats. I used to be very allergic to cats until I suddenly wasn't. And the egg allergy was weird because I was quite allergic to eggs until, like, not fatally allergic, but like they made me quite sick. Like, they knocked me out. I was, yeah, pretty darn allergic to eggs until I was, like, in my 20s. But yeah, apparently that's quite rare for it to happen. It might have been because I was microdosing eggs without knowing it by eating KFC. because KFC batter has a bit of egg powder in the... KFC... the batter for KFC has a little bit of egg powder in it. And I think, like, for a while, because, well, where I was living for a while, I had to eat KFC for a while, so that might have been microdosing it, but yeah. Which can work, apparently, but it's risky.
In retrospect, it introduced an absolute banger of a new character, only to never use her again. Wendy deserved better.
Unlike, yeah. It's not like lactose intolerance where you can actually cure yourself. It's like, yeah. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. When you had to, with the bad allergies. I'm glad it wasn't like nasty anaphylaxis allergy though. Just have to head home, but yeah. Didn't need an EpiPen.
Deserved better. Oh sure, Delibird gets to hang around, and I do like that Shudo created a way to address the Rocket's financial situation in a humorously consistent...
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but yeah, it does need another take.
And I do like that Shudo created a way to address the Rocket...
Or Jellybird gets to hang around, and I do like hang around. And
oh, I'm sorry, Movie Meister. I never finished any. Well, I haven't seen Brotherhood. I only saw like the first few episodes of 2003, and I didn't get very far in the manga. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that just missed me. I do need to get back onto it.
Hang around, and I do like that Shudo created a way.
Oh yeah, I wasn't anaphylaxis, just threw up. Yeah, that was me with eggs for ages. Then eventually I was able to.
Consistent way.
I was eventually just turned into a minor intolerance. I don't know what. Yeah, I also have an intolerance to cocoa. Weirdly, is that if I have too much chocolate, I get a headache, which I guess helps my intake of it.
In a humorously consistent way. But the instant glorious hook of Wendigo. Consistent way. But the instant glorious hook of Wendy going absolutely feral about a tiny grievance for years while.
I'll always feel a little bit of what's the word? I feel a little bit of resentment. Yeah. I always feel a little resentment for Anaphylaxis taking an absolutely amazing fantasy name from us. Anaphylaxis sounds like a Final Fantasy villain. It sounds like a dragon. It's just, but now you can't call. No, you couldn't call a villain Anaphylaxis now because everyone would be just like bad allergy. But yeah,
in a humorously consistent way. But the
same with Fugax. Was it Fugax? Sounds like an awesome kind of like sort of boss monster, but it literally means like nasty cramps. But, yeah.
The instant glorious hook of Wendy going absolutely feral about a tiny grievance for years while Jesse has no freaking clue was such a fun dynamic and could have made for countless amazing gags.
Oh yeah. Yeah, baklava is all about pistachio, isn't it? Yeah, and got to be careful with Thai food, yeah. And Indian food, because korma, I believe, is cashews.
Amazing gags.
It's not as bad as like having a coconut or peanut allergy with Thai food, but yeah.
Countless amazing gags. Amazing gags. And dynamic and could have made for... It was such a fun dynamic and could have made for... Fun dynamic...
Yeah, about there, I think. That can still work.
Such a fun dynamic and could have made for countless amazing gags. And let's be honest here, countless shipping fanfics in future episodes. And let's be honest here, countless shipping fanfics. Let's be honest here, countless shipping fanfics. Let's be honest here, countless shipping fanfics.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get it there. There we go.
They just had lightning in a bottle chemistry and they hadn't even met each other yet. Absolute tragedy is what it is. Absolute
yeah, I love Indian food, but I'm also a very what's the word? I love Indian food in a very white way. And the fact that I only love Indian food if it's not very spicy and not very acidy. So I'm just a butter chicken lover, or a butter prawn lover would be better. Yeah, I never go too spicy.
Tragedy is what it is. But as I said, that's just a flaw in retrospect. For what it is, this is a padding episode done right.
I do just love tandoori chicken though, or tandoori meat in general. If you can get it on an actual proper tandoor cook, it's just got this beautiful char that you can't get anywhere else. But, yeah.
Done right. For what it is, this is a padding episode done right.
And a proper tandoori naan too, because the tandoor is a kind of oven. That's what tandoori means. That's this oven that you get up to a ludicrously high level, and then you kind of and then you cook the meat or naan extremely quickly on it.
Padding doesn't have to be bad. For what it is, this is a padding episode done right, and the kind of episode I point to when I say padding doesn't have to be bad.
I'm using padding instead of filler, because filler really should just mean like filling time before the to catch up for the manga, whereas there wasn't a manga for Pokemon, so it really is padding rather than filler.
And the kind of episode I point to when I say padding doesn't have to be bad. bad. It's not something it's not something special like a Master Ball episode or an exciting battle episode, but it's Pokemon's animation, humor, and characters firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there was a bit of a lisp there.
But it's Pokemon battle episode. But it's Pokemon episode. Fighting battle episode. But it's Pokemon's animation. But it's Pokemon's animation, humor, and characters firing on all cylinders, and what I tuned into Pokemon for as a kid. Easy Ultra Ball. Easy Ultra Ball.
There we go. Just onto the trivia now. And
Trivia.
Hopefully not too much.
When Jesse mentions an 8th round pick in the motto, that's actually not just sports. That's actually not just sport. It's an 8th round pick in the motto.
Hold on a second. Let me just quickly. Just need to do a minor. Just need to go AFK for just a quick second, and I'll be right back. Alright, now we're back. Sorry, had to just quickly take care of something, and now we're back. Not much longer anyway.
Round pick in the motto, that's actually not just sports. As the last pick in the motto, that's actually not just sports.
Oh, that's okay. It's a poor splice. Let's see if I can fix that.
Pick in the motto, that's pick in the motto.
That seems pretty straightforward.
Pick in the motto. That's actually not just.
There we go. Nice.
Sports jargon for a cheap gag. As the last time the NFL draft had it. As the jargon for a cheap gag.
There we go. That's a nice break. That's easy to splice.
For a cheap gag. As the last time the NFL draft had an 8th round was almost 10 years ago prior to this episode airing, so calling it evil fits the idea that it had become the lowest of the low class of players. What's less accurate, and I would be a poor citizen of New Zealand if I didn't point this out, are the goalposts. Now, I might be missing some history, but as far as I was able to research, American football always uses Y-shaped goals, whereas it's rugby. While it's rugby, it uses Y-shaped goals. While it's rugby that uses the H-shaped. While it's rugby that uses.
I keep peeking.
The uniforms are goals. While it's rugby that.
Dang it.
Goals, whereas it's rugby. Sorry. While it's rugby that uses the H-shaped.
That's the least peaky one. I'll have to go. I might have to do another take of that later.
While it's rugby that uses the H-shaped. The uniforms are also uses the H. uses the H-shaped ones. The uniforms are also exclusive to the US football, and the original Japanese states that they're playing that particular sport. So it must have been a mistake on the background artist's part. It's not actually that unreasonable when you consider that Japan does have a rugby team and a decent-sized fan base, and this was before iShield 21 came out, so I can see where the confusion might have slipped in. Fun.
Yeah, well, that's what I always wondered. It's weird. It's like apparently there was plans for iShield 21 to come to be officially localized in America. I'm just like, can you imagine how different the landscape would have been if iShield was actually came over? It's like if 4Kids didn't botch One Piece, like things could have been gotten way more popular way faster. It just seems like if iShield 21 got an American localization, it could have just absolutely skyrocketed, but I can't remember what the reason was. It was just bizarre.
Fun bonus fact though, in New Zealand we don't actually...
Because yeah, I watched all of iShield 21 because it's just that good, even though I have absolutely no interest in American football.
Fun bonus fact though.
Well, gridiron as we call it over here. Well, it'll say that here.
In New Zealand we don't actually call any sport football, at least not in casual conversation. Soccer is soccer, rugby is usually footy, and we call US football gridiron. No confusion if you never use it, I guess. Speaking of confusion though, when Team Rocket mentions that they designed their own uniforms and therefore aren't wearing regulation gear, this is somewhat contradicted by an audio drama that came out back during the Kanto era in 1998. Written by Shudo himself, where a rookie named Mondo is by Shudo himself, where a rookie named Mondo is Written by Shudo himself, where a rookie named Mondo is assigned to Team Rocket as a gopher/adoring fan.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun dynamic, but this was okay. It sounds like a fun dynamic, but this was the key art for him, which does seem to imply that the white uniform is meant to be the rookie scrubs. However, this is also easily retconned as him just being so smitten with them that he altered his uniform in the same way. So it's just a fun aside.
Yep, it was one of the first anime I ever watched on Crunchyroll. It's too bad Crunchyroll's kind of fallen from grace now, but yeah, I watched all of iShield 21 on Crunchyroll.
It's just a fun aside. So it's just a fun aside. But interestingly, our rockets were originally wearing the black uniforms, at least if this preview from Nintendo Power is accurate. I'm guessing they changed it so that they stand out more from regular grunts, even though regular grunts never really had a presence in the show proper. Also, later on we actually do get a look at the official training uniform of Team Rocket, but we'll deal with that when we get back to Chronicles. When the Rockets contemplate starting their own biker gang, hey, it wouldn't be the first time, you'd be forgiven for thinking, what did James do to that poor sweet motorbike? What did James do to that?
Yeah, that's a bit
forgiven for thinking. Be forgiven for thinking, what did James do to that poor sweet motorbike? And no, and no, it's not a perspective error or a smear frame or.
In terms of sports, I'd watch hockey, basketball, baseball, soccer, then American football. I am absolutely I'm not a sports watcher, unfortunately. Like, I can maybe watch basketball, maybe a little bit, but yeah, it's not the biggest. Probably wouldn't mind hockey, but yeah, it just doesn't really work for me. With games, I like there to be a narrative, and it's like if a game doesn't have a narrative, I like it to be interactive.
Or
So sports don't do either of those things. I mean, like watching sports, but yeah, no, other people it's fine. I can understand the appeal after watching anime and stuff like that. But yeah, just can never quite get into any kind of sports.
And no, it's not a perspective error, or a smear frame, or even that much of an exaggeration. It's an actual counterculture movement in Japan called Bosozoku, where punk kids basically engage in Japan called Bosozoku, where punk kids called Bosozoku.
Well, wrestling is just a morality play. It's what I like about wrestling is that it's kind of, well, I've never really gotten into wrestling because I don't really get into the aesthetic of it. But what I find cool about it is that it's basically like the Greek plays, the old Greek plays just modernized. So they got this morality plays with the goods and the evils and the gods out of the machine.
Where punk kids basically engage in gang warfare and street racing, but with the most
shows how much people have always kind of been the same over the years. Because pro wrestling is basically just like the ancient Greek plays.
Racing, but
there's even a Greek chorus, which are the commentators.
The most ludicrous mods on their bikes you can imagine. The height of the windshield and the length of the seat became basically a measuring contest until you got abominations like this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Kinnikuman. I actually watched a few episodes of Ultimate Muscle when it came on TV in New Zealand. It wasn't my favorite, but there were bits of it that I quite liked.
Those who played the Yakuza Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs. Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests. Okay.
Quests. It's hard to say quests.
Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs, but it's all just fascinating, so be sure to look it up. Okay. Be sure to look it up.
I think I did one more take. Yeah.
Those who played
Let me see if I got that right.
Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs, but it's all just fascinating. Be surrounding these gangs. But it's fascinating. Nations like this. Those who played the Yakuza / Like a Dragon games might remember some quests surrounding these gangs, but it's all just fascinating. Be sure to look it up. Now, in terms of changes from Japanese, there's not much to go on, but I must sadly inform you that Team Jet and Team Helicopter are not in the original canon. In Japanese, Jesse is basically saying, nothing is like... nothing... basically saying... Nothing...
I mainly just remember Ultimate Muscle from Dick Van Dyke, which I'm sure that was intentional.
Basically saying nothing is like Team Rocket by implying that anything else would be Rocket. By implying that anything else would be inferior, like a jet or a helicopter. Here it is fan subbed. Still, it's not too late. Team Jet for Gen 10.
There's just one more fact, come on.
Also in Japanese, Wendy is a little more bloodthirsty. Again, this animosity is over stiffing her at the juice counter. What might have been with Wendy, man. And so, Suede gleefully sets off with the gift of joy this episode provided him. But will this be a present that lasts, or discarded all too soon? The outcome looks soon. The outcome looks foggy.